Floyd and he was me, he would never have to fight again because that exhibition shit, as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. "4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
It's time for another raffle brought to you by the JBT. Our first item is a new 10th generation iPad with a liquid retina display which shows off beautiful color and has plenty of power for all your handheld computing needs. Great for work, play, or just movies on the go. How much is it to enter, you ask? Just $10. Or you can catch the deal with 3 entries for just $25. It's easy to enter. Just cash app your entries to $JBT Network 1. That's $JBT Network 1. Our second item is a set of Kenichi Bear Bluetooth noise canceling headphones. Great for gaming, movies, or travel. As the second prize in this great raffle. Our third item is a Ninja brand air fryer. Great for all your air frying needs. Cooking healthy with the JBT. So send your entries via Cash App to JBT Network 1. That's JBT Network 1. $10 each or 3 for $25. Put raffle on the comment line and you are entered.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the family on this good Thursday. We back to build on this good boxing. Give it its just due, how we always do. You already know, man. If you catch this on the playback, smash the like button, sub to the channel. Make sure you turn your notifications on so you can be notified when we live every day at 4. Building on this good boxing. Shout out to the JBT family and everybody that's participating in the raffle. As you just heard, it's $10 to enter. It's 3 different prizes, from the Ninja brand air fryer to the Apple iPad and the Kenichi Bear headphones that I think I've been saying is a great gift, man. All good prizes, by the way. So again, shout out to everybody. You know, that's enter and participate in the raffle, and everybody that's going to join. We appreciate y'all. So with that, let's get into this boxing build, man. You know, my live got ruined before I even got here, man. I thought we had something special. You know what I'm saying? Boxing be doing us dirty. This is like a girl that always doing us dirty, man. Let me say what's up to the fam. The Rise Podcast, my guy Senior is in the building. Shout out to my baby girl, the Queen. Miss Jusdueboxing is in the building. It's time to build. People hit the like button, sub to the channel, and support the channel. Refresh the chat. I love to see color. Tap into the host with the most. My man Jusdueboxing Jersey, stand up. Yes. Appreciate that, baby girl. Ace, my guy. All BJ was good. Thrill Hill. My guy Thomas Hill is in the building. Emmanuel, what it do? Barbara D, my boxing mom is here. It's going to be a great live, y'all. Always good to see you. How you feeling? Kingston, my guy. Cornelius, what's good, player? How you feeling? Man, I thought we had a good live. We still gonna make it a good build, but man, they ruined it before we could even get here, y'all. Opulent LDTV, blessings, family. How you feeling, bro? I thought we had a good one, man. I thought we had a good thing going on. You know what I'm saying? Before we got here, we get here, they shooting all types of news being shot down left and right, man. They got their guns out shooting today, man. Man, I thought we had something, y'all. We had something. I thought we had something with the David versus David, man. I thought we had something. Man, it was like, it was right there. You know what I'm saying? I was hearing it. I was feeling it. I was like, yeah, let's talk about it, man. Right, man. Rumor. It is. It's a rumor. And it's, you know what? It's bittersweet because on one end, I hate it because I'm like, damn, this was the fight. This is it. David versus David. Hell yeah, get that to me anytime. Take the money right now. But damn, you know, they shot it down. So part of me is like gutted because it's like I wanted to see it. The other part of me is cool because I respect when fighters, you know, when something is being said, don't just ignore it and act like you don't see it being said. Jump out on top of it. If it's happening, say it's happening. If it's not, say it's not. And unfortunately, in this case, you know, it's not happening from what I seen from Benavidez, from Team Benavidez. And I hate it, man. It's unfortunate. Adam, what's good with it? Yeah, never been knocked out. He's a tough guy. He been in there. We still gonna have this conversation though, because you know, if David Benavidez think that that's where he headed towards a Jesse Hart fight, got to be a reason for it. But we got to talk about this. David versus David teased me, man. It teased me, man. It did, y'all. It teased me. I thought we had something, y'all. Jonathan, what it do, my guy? How you feeling? Jonathan 97 in the building. Shout out again to my boxing mom, Barbara D. Always good to see you in the building. Shout out to the Queens, man. Always coming through, pulling up and building with your boy, man. Y'all are much appreciated. But we got to talk about it. Look, they shot it down, but we know everybody would have been excited for this fight. It's a fight that people were asking for when they were both at 168. And that was just a fight ago, right? For both of these guys. They were just not too long ago, both of these dudes were at 68, kicking ass. You know what I mean? Kicking ass, taking names. Canelo avoiding Benavidez. Benavidez got the young, hungry lion, and David Morrell kind of breathing down his neck to a certain degree. Like they had some history with some back and forths in the past. This is one of the things David Morrell had to say. You know what I mean? He called David Benavidez as a big biatch. He said David Morrell Jr. He said his dad is a big fraud, always talking like he's some tough guy, but he's just a small man with a little man complex. His brother wants to be gangster, who talks a lot of shit, who got knocked out by Crawford and did a horrible job in the movie Creed. Damn. The Benavidez are a bunch of cowards. This is a guy you call a Mexican monster. He's a fraud. This is the guy everyone is building up. I see a fat, insecure boy. That's what I see. Benavidez couldn't walk down any street in Cuba without getting his shoes taken. Funny, he calls Canelo a duck. Who's the duck now? That was those big words from Morrell, man. Morrell wasn't biting his tongue. Somebody translated all this. This was a quote directly from David Morrell. So, you know, just talk like this. Nobody talks about Benavidez quite this way. We being all the way 100. Nobody breathing down his neck, calling him out. Caleb Plant was the most adamant guy about fighting Benavidez in recent memory. And he went in there and made it a great fight. But outside of that, we being 100, nobody really be calling for the Mexican monster. But you had a young David Morrell, you know what I mean? And that David versus David matchup was something. And if we could have got it. So you see that. That's something that Morrell had to say about Benavidez in the past. And even more recently, well, still in the past, but you see, I want to fight Benavidez. Hey, what you want to do? Yeah, I want to fight Benavidez. Hey, Benavidez, you're next. Where you at? So, you know, that made us want to see it. But that's only one side of the equation, right? But in more recent memory,
your fights, David Morrell Jr. is moving up to light heavyweight as well. There was talk of you two fighting that super middle. Do you think it's possible?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. It's definitely gonna happen sooner than later, because that's the only other fight I see in this weight class that makes sense. Fans been asking first, so I'm gonna be a man of my word. I'm gonna give him that fight.
See that, man? That's more recently. That's after the fight at 175, man. That's when he already there with the haircut and all that. That wasn't old. That's fresh. That's fresh. And he say he's going to be a man of his word. He's going to give people that fight. So when you start hearing the whispers, I don't know about y'all, I started thinking about that clip right there. And you know, they past history with Morrell being very adamant about wanting to fight this guy. You get what I'm saying? So I know it takes two, but that was the other half. So you know Morrell is more than willing. You heard it from Benavidez, man. He's going to be a man of his word. That's the fight that makes sense. And I like that kind of talk because I don't think he ducking nobody. I don't think he a duck. I don't think he's scared to challenge himself. I just don't look at Benavidez as that type of fighter. And then more recently today, as recent as today, you've seen this on David Morrell's story. You get what I'm saying? He basically asks, are you ready? You know what I'm saying? So you hear the whispers and then you see this and it's like, man, this fight could really be coming. But nah, man, they shot it down, man. But this is a great fight any day of the week. David versus David gotta happen. Both guys are real competitors, man. They undefeated. I don't see them losing no time soon. They've been impressive. I like both of their performances for different reasons at 75. We know that's not the best version of them, right, that we seen. So, you know, the sky's the limit for a young fighter like Benavidez and Morrell. They truly talented young fighters. And I know this would be a good fight. I know we'll get our money's worth. Mr. Empire, what it do, my guy? Yeah, man, I hate it, man. It is, Barbara D. It is, man. I hate it so much, man. Adam, what it do, my guy? Alvin in the building. B Fighter was good. Was liar as usual. He'll never fight Morrell. Nah, I think he will, bro. I think he will. Stall him out because, you know, I know it seemed like he should have fought him at 68 because he was adamant about getting a shot. But if you just look at where Benavidez was at in his career, that was just like a high risk, low reward. And I hate that term, but it was kind of that. And he was focused on, Canelo. And it seemed like he gave up on the Canelo thing, moved to 75. And now so is Morrell up there. So he's saying, like, that's going to be a fight. Like, you know what I mean? For what it's worth, I'll run the clip back real quick, man. He said it out his mouth. We gonna hold him to it.
Your fights, David Morrell Jr. is moving up to light heavyweight as well. There was talk of you two fighting that super middle. Do you think it's possible?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. It's definitely gonna happen sooner than later, because that's the only other fight I see in this weight class that makes sense. Fans been asking first, so I'm gonna be a man of my word. I'm gonna give him that fight.
You see what I'm saying? Sooner than later, fans are asking for that fight. He's going to be a man of his word. I just think it's going to take a little bit of time. That's all. And when I say a little bit of time, I don't mean like long, because they right there. I think after they both get a fight, another fight at 75, there's no reason why they can't fight each other. I know it's wishful thinking, but look, he said it out of his mouth. He's going to be a man of his word, and I'm going to hold him to it. I don't look at Benavidez as no duck fighter, bro. I just know they don't make all those decisions themselves. And he ain't a guy, running around here ducking smoke. Even when it was talk about him fighting Morrell before, he was adamant about fighting him, and it was some miscommunication from him and his team. They were saying one thing, and he was saying something different. And I just don't see him to be a duck, y'all. You got to think about it, yo. He went in there with a Caleb Plant, who people said was more skillful. He went in there with an Andre, who people said was more skillful. I get it. These dudes ain't but he went in there with those guys. I don't see him as a dude being, you know, avoiding and ducking smoke. I just don't see that with him. You know what I'm saying? I really like him. Samuel, what it do, my guy? Tony Reviews, what up with it? R. Stokes, what's good with it? Morrell better come in better than his last outing. For sure, both of them, because they're going to need it. R. Stokes, they need their A games against each other. Morrell already ducked Benavidez. They literally sent Morrell a contract, and they pulled out. Nah, and again, Ronnie Shields ain't do no damage control. See, this is the, you know, over here, I'm going to have a real conversation because I know full well about that situation. That was when he first got with Ronnie Shields. They was willing to fight him. And I think he had about 4 or 5 fights or something to that degree. Ronnie Shields said, let me get some more time with him before you take that fight. And a couple fights later, they was adamant and ready for that opportunity. But then they started saying he got to get his name up. And he got to, you know, he ain't known enough. He got to get more fights and all that. So my thing was, if he was willing to fight him when he had about 4 or 5 fights, why wouldn't you be ready to fight him when he got 7 or 8 fights? You get what I'm saying? Or 9, whatever the case it was. So, you know, he's not a duck. David Morrell's not a duck. That was a decision made by his trainer, and it made sense. You've seen it all the time. Guys going there the first time with a guy and get beat up. It makes a lot of sense to me. To say he ain't even had a single fight with him yet. To take a fight like that with David Benavidez, that would be foolish. With no kind of prior experience and you know, time in with the trainer, it just wouldn't make sense. So I don't see him as being no duck, and I feel like this fight is gonna happen. Now, I mean, because you got people that see it the other way. You got some people saying Benavidez is a duck, and I don't see it like that either. I just think that the opportunity ain't present itself at the right time. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame a guy that's 4 or 5 fights in, just get with a trainer, don't have 1 fight in with him yet, and he don't want to take the shot. It makes sense, man. You know what I mean? You ain't going to take that kind of gamble because it's stupid. He wants to win and better Viva makes sense too right now. Absolutely, Adam. Absolutely. Just willing to allow all these great fighting marinate. You just cool with mediocre. I don't know what kind of conversation you having, but you're on your own if you came here to do that. Cat Sports was good with it. Fender Bender was good with it. And that's your first freebie because we don't do that over here yet. You want to be a part of the build? Let's build. But don't say foolish stuff, man. That's the problem with fans, man. Y'all not realistic. Y'all want stuff when you want it, even if it don't make sense business-wise. And you could scream and holler all day about what a good fight is and, you know, letting this and that marinate. You talking about a dude with what, 11 fights? It's that fight ain't over marinated. You talking about 2 dudes still in their prime. So, like, you got to think, man. That shit got to happen at some point, right? Sooner than later, like he said. So just got to let it happen. We can't force the fights to happen. I want to, of course, if I could snap my fingers and get all the good fights, yeah, but I've gotten to a point where I try to understand the business of boxing as well. And you consider that and you think about that when certain fights don't get made. You look at where Benavidez was positioned at. He was positioned to fight, you know, Canelo Alvarez for undisputed had he given him the opportunity like he should. So we got to pump our brakes with all the duck talk and to marinate this. Now and again, they find themselves at another division with themselves, and I think that fight should happen. But I ain't going for no Benavidez being no duck. Nothing in his career has said duck. And Morrell's young and hungry and chomping at the bit. Yeah, he want the opportunity. I believe it, but it's going to happen. I do. I think it's going to happen at the right time, though. You know what I mean? When he had 4 or 5 fights, it didn't make sense for it to happen. Now he got more experience under his belt. They're at the same division. I think that fight could happen sooner than later, just like David said. We just gotta wait and see. They ain't over marinate this fight yet. We just be assuming every situation is gonna be like the last, and they're gonna over marinate it, and we never gonna get it. Nah, we just gotta pump our brakes a bit and let it happen. Seattle Rick, what it do, my guy? Nah, man, these dudes ain't no ducks, man. These dudes ain't no ducks. You know what I mean? Adam, what up with it, man? Chastity, peace to the queen. How you feeling? Fans say, yeah, it's way too personal. Shout out to my guy, Cass Sports. Do you think it's fools for ESG to fight Fundora? I mean, it's risky, Mr. M Pride, but if we know Spence track record, and that's Mr. No Tune-Up himself, right? So I can't expect nothing different from him. It's a risky ass fight, but at the same token, it's like a make or break it to let us know exactly where he at, because that ain't no easy fight. Peace to the Queen Lisa. How you feeling today? Always good to see you. So look, man, we always try to have a real conversation. I get it. It's easy to just point the fingers, duck this, duck that. Nah, but let's use logic. Let's use some common sense. Let's be realistic about it, right? And I know full well about the situation with them being able to fight. But like I said, you just now getting with a trainer. It would be stupid to take a fight as risky as David Benavidez without no prior experience or time in to really help and mold your guy. Like that would be foolish. I think we all could agree to that. That would be a blind challenge. It just wouldn't be smart. But you see, he got a couple fights in with him, was able to see what this dude working with, and was more than adamant about taking that opportunity when they had about 7 or 8 fights in, whatever the case it was. And then they started backpedaling, saying, you got to grow your name. I remember this. You got to grow your name. You need don't nobody know you. You get what I'm saying? I seen this. So I seen the energy switch. So it's like, yeah, y'all was willing to take the fight when y'all had a little opportunity where he was just getting with the trainer, 4 or 5 fights in. Then when you get a few more fights in, y'all didn't want that fight. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? At that point, they was focused on Canelo. So I understand them not trying to, reach back and give a guy as dangerous as that an opportunity when you could potentially be fighting for undisputed. And then you think, a lot of people say, well, why did he move from 168 without fighting Morrell? Well, if you listen to what he said, he moved up to 175. He got the fight in. That fight is positioning him to get the winner of Better Be Even Beaver for undisputed. So you miss me with the duck talk if you moved into a division and one of those champions is every bit as dangerous as the young guy that that's calling for your name. You get what I'm saying? That people want you to fight. It's just deeper than ducking. Boxing is deeper than ducking if you're really just looking at it. Get what I'm saying? You talking about real fighters. These dudes ain't pick this shit just to be selective and picking and choosing. Now, I feel like all guys and teams have plans, but these young fighters be willing to scrap, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Benavidez's of the world willing to scrap. I don't think that dude's scared to challenge himself. And like I said, if you're going into a division like 175 and potentially facing the winner of Beaver and Better Beef, that's not no easy fight for you. Say Beef Better Beef win how a lot of people thinking he'll knock him out. Say he get in there with him. That's not going to be no easy fight. So it's not about ducking. It's about challenges and, chasing them fights. And I think Morrell is a fight that, if you don't have to take it, you're not going to. You get what I'm saying? But once he position yourself and he right there breathing down your neck again in another division, like he said, he a man of his word. He going to get people that fight. I think it should just let it happen. I know Morrell on his end, he like, hey, man, let's go. He like, what's up? You ready? He tagging him and everything. So he adamant. And I love the energy. It didn't switch up. Like I said, I think Team Benavidez might have other plans, unfortunately. But the good thing is those plans are eventually leading him to an undisputed challenge. You know what I mean? Being in that position to challenge one of those, the winner of Better Be Even Beaver. So, you know what I mean? 75 is not safe at the top either. Ain't no ducking, ain't no hand picking. You get what I'm saying? Ain't no cherry picks and none of that at the top. It was Rob. What's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Shout out to you, bro. Much love to you. Teach, what's good, my guy? How you feeling? Mike Mazak in the building, my bro. What's good, family? Thought it happened before Shakur and Tank. You think it'll happen? It's possible. It's possible, but I think a good target date for Shakur and Tank would be summer of 2025. That'd be too much like right, but I truly hope that they find a way to put that fight together next year. I really do. To recently bias again because how bad Spence looked in his last fight. That's true, B-Dog. It's true, bro. You know what I'm saying? He just, yeah, and I get it. In the ideal world, a tune-up would be perfect, but this EJ stubborn ass, that's the only thing about him. He's a stubborn dude, but his reasoning for it is hard to argue with, right? We as fight fans would love for him to, kind of work himself back into the mix, especially after about 18 months out again. When you get back in the ring, you're looking at another 18 months out the ring or so. We would love to see him, get a tune up. But this dude said he don't like predetermined outcomes. He don't want like these setup fights for the fans. He feel like that's a waste of time. And ever since that car accident, he said he's been on borrowed time. So he don't have the luxury of getting in the ring just for a tune-up. Like for him, it's like all or nothing. And that's just what he on. So I come to the understand that's just something I've come to just accept, right? It's tough because it's risky as hell with that kind of thought process, but that's what he on. And I just support it, right? That's Mr. No Tune-Up himself. And, you know, like I say, he feel like he on borrowed time. He don't want no, you know, setup fight, like no showcase fight. He say he feel like that's a waste of time for the fans. Peace to the Queen, Aisha. How you feeling today? Always good to see you. Shout out to the Queens again, as always, man. I appreciate all y'all. Watch Benavidez duck the winner. Beaver or better Vive? I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I don't think he'll duck, bro. I don't think. And again, he's been open and vocally speaking about this, right? So you get an opportunity to do that. You don't turn that down. You know what I'm saying? But we'll, you know, if that happens when that situation presents itself, like I'll call it out accordingly. Like, you know what I mean? I'll call it what it is, but I don't think he'll do that. I'll give this man the benefit of the doubt. I think this young man want to be great. I think Benavidez want to be great, and the only way you could do that is fighting those other top guys. You get what I'm saying? You got to give him some credit. You know, Plant wasn't no guaranteed win for him. You know, Andre wasn't no guaranteed win for him, despite what people think. Now, he handled those fights extremely well, but they wasn't guarantees for him. You get what I'm saying? Benavidez is a young, hungry guy. God give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Just like David Morrell, young and hungry. These dudes, I don't think, gonna duck. When the situation right and that money right, I think these dudes gonna step in the ring. I don't see them maneuvering and ducking around each other, right? You can't do that at 75. Benavidez is a name. Like, we know him. Eyes are on him every time he fight. People, you know, it's only so many of those guys at the top, and he's positioning himself right there. So I don't think he's gonna avoid nothing. I just think he want, you know, like, why wouldn't you? Like, if you got an opportunity to fight David Morrell or the winner of Better Be Even Beaver, what you gonna pick? You get what I'm saying? You're gonna fight that young, dangerous, hungry guy that could possibly win, or you could go make more money and fight for undisputed. You get what I'm saying? And put yourself in position and make some history for yourself, right? So it's not as simple as just ducking. It's having choices or options and choosing the one that you think suits your career best. That's what we don't take into account. Sometimes we just like, yeah, take the most dangerous fight out there. And I get it. I'm with all of that. But I'm also coming to understand how these dudes move and how they think. And they're going to consider, like, career-wise, what move makes the most sense for them. It's not going to just be, let me fight the most dangerous guy that the fans are asking for, right? You want to try to do that, but you want to try to secure the bag and be in the right situation while you're doing that. So it's a balancing act. And I just come to understand that. So every move that these guys make, I don't think is centered around them trying to duck each other. Because at some point you gotta prove, man. You gotta stand and prove, man. So it's gonna be, you know, all or nothing soon with him. So he hovering right there around the top at 75 already. He don't have too many places and avenues to go. It's only up from here. You know what I mean? Jeff, what it do, fam? Yeah, man. I just wish it was happening now. Technique, what it was good with it. What Tank do? See, man, if you truly fight Beaver, we claim he dominating sparring. Yeah, I think he'll fight that dude. I don't see him being scared to challenge himself against these dudes. Either guy. You know what I mean? And then check it out like this, Technique. You're not hearing him openly tell you he's not fighting people, right? People will just assume he's not going to fight these guys. He not on record. He like I said in a little clip, he said it. That Morrell fight is going to happen sooner than later. That fight, that's one of the only fights that makes sense. He said, I told y'all I'm going to give y'all that fight, and I'm going to keep my word. I'm going to be a man of my word. I believe that man. I believe that young man. Y'all ever watched a Benavidez interview? Look at that man's eyes, man. I'm giving him credit off for what he's showing me so far. And he's never shown me to be some type of duck or scary fighter or scared to challenge himself. So with that being said, got to give him the benefit of the doubt and think he'll be willing to challenge himself. You know what I mean? Situation got to be right? I know he ain't making a decision 100% by himself, but I don't think he's trying to duck no smoke because, again, he can't get to where he's trying to get to if he's ducking smoke. You get what I'm saying? He can't get there. You can't reach where he's trying to reach. You get me? So I think time will tell all things. And then, like I said, we find out that anybody's avoiding smoke, we're going to have that conversation. But right now, I think David Benavidez is truly trying to position himself to fight the winner, better be even Beagle, as well as acknowledging that it's a David Morrell that's in the division, that people are asking to see that fight, and he's willing to give people that fight as well. I think so. I don't see them moving to another division without fighting each other. And they still young, they hungry, they undefeated. You know what I mean? Morrell still got a little ways to go, but he's very talented, man. Benavidez is pretty much in his prime, peaking at the right time. This fight ain't over-marinated. It's not overcooked and none of that. You get what I'm saying? It wouldn't hurt for David Morrell, despite his pedigree, which is tremendous pedigree, his amateur background and things like that, you know, the Cuban background and all that. It wouldn't hurt for him to get another fight or so before he fight Benavidez. I don't know why people be tripping. Now, I'm not saying over-marinated till they done moved out another weight class with each other, right? One guy done moved up to cruiserweight or something like that. I'm not saying that, but it wouldn't hurt for a Morrell to get more pro experience, more rounds under his belt, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's not the end of the world. I think this fight is going to happen at a good time. I'm optimistic. Both guys seem like they want this fight. Like I said, you got Morrell as recently as today. He was just tagging them saying, it's like, bro, what's up? You know what I'm saying? You ready? Like, he's ready now, or you going somewhere else with it? You know what I mean? I like this energy, bro. Chino, salute, Fender Bender. What's good with it, fam? You know, fighters that fight the most dangerous fights, yeah, the type of people, if they lose, they quit following them, and hurt their career, for sure. Some of the other platforms, sometimes the only one I see making sense, especially with your fairness. Yeah, Jeff, man, that's how I be, man. I'm just not big on debating, but I love to give y'all a good sound, logical conversation. Shout out to Technique, Barbara D, my boxing mom. Woo-hoo. 3 months will be 2 years, man. That is amazing, man. I appreciate all your support through the months, man. You've been here the entire time. Shout out. That's why I keep saying shout out, big shout out to the queens, and shout out to all the kings that been rocking.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just.
Shout out to y'all, man. Shit. Much love to the queen. David's a different person, so focused and dangerous. Tell him, Seattle Rick, man. You know what I mean? Your guy, win or lose, absolutely. Win, lose, or draw. Over here on this platform, that's something I've preached since day one. I support fighters, win, lose, or draw. It ain't about the loss for me. It's about the opportunity giving me the fight. Like I said, you go out there and go for yours. You take an L on the way there. So be it. I'm still rocking with you. Shout out to my boxing mom again, Barbara D, for the $5 super sticker. Much love.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to the queen, Barbara D. Excuse me, y'all. Melanin Queen, peace and blessings to the queen. Melanin, how you feeling? 704 Joe, my guy, Mike Rhyme, Tim Stoudemire in the building. What's good, family? How y'all feeling? It's a little early for Morrell to fight him, but I'll watch it. And that's what I'm saying. It's cool that you say that, right, 704, because it's some people that echo those same sentiments. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Benavidez will be there. I think he'll continue to be successful. And even if he happens to lose, that's still a good fight, no matter what. But I think he'll continue to be in a good position, put himself in situations where he can be successful. And then you got the young, hungry David Morrell. I think that's going to do his part to keep winning as well. So, like, what I'm saying is it wouldn't hurt for him to get a little more pro seasoning before that fight happens, right? I know people don't want to hear that, but I ain't saying over-marinated, but another fight or so wouldn't hurt him. That's all I'm saying. I wanted it now. I was thinking now, but like I said, Benavidez jumped out on top of it. And shout out to David Morrell, like I said, being adamant about wanting this opportunity, but Benavidez was all on top of it, bro. So, and this was it right here. He reposted this in his story from Michael Benson. Told by David Benavidez that reports of him potentially fighting David Morrell next are not true. He will be facing Jesse Hart in December. So that shot that down, right, y'all? Right? But I ain't done. That's not the kicker. That's not it. That's not what takes the cake, y'all. That is not what takes the cake. Bruh. Not only that, where is it at? Do I have it in here or did I upload it? Not only that, bro, Jesse Hart comes out and Jesse Hart responds to this. Oh man, yo, I gotta pull this up. Yeah. Give me a quick second. Let me pull this up for y'all. Y'all smash the like button for you, bro. We're gonna get to this, man. This has been a strange day. Like, what the heck is going on in boxing right now? I'm like, bro, every time, every corner you turn around, it's like it's something going on, but it ain't nothing going on at the same time. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen, y'all. I'm telling you. Strangest thing I've ever seen. Strangest thing I've ever seen, y'all. And I'm like, man, you can't make this stuff up. Then you got Jesse Hart comes out. Boom. Boom, y'all. Then he comes out. Fake news. So not only is Benavidez not fighting David, we ain't getting David and David, y'all. We ain't even getting David and Jesse Hart from what Jesse Hart's saying. Man, he said it's fake news. I'm like, yo, what? You cannot be serious, yo. I said, man, I ain't never. Boxing, I don't know who to be mad at right now, but boxing, y'all got to do better. But I did hear about this Jesse Hart thing, but he said he don't know what they talking about. Jesse Hart said, man, I don't know what they chatting about. I don't know what they chatting about, but I ain't fighting this dude. Hold on, man. I'm just like, yo, are you serious, dude? Like, what is going on with boxing in the news right now, bro? Goodness, man. I appreciate you jumping on top of it, but damn, at this point, man, this was quick. Like, before you even got to it, he shot it down. Like, hell nah, bro. Hold on. Is this the other post? Jesse Hart, man. Yo, this was crazy, y'all. This was the wildest turnout ever, man. Yeah, boxing got to do better. Jesse Hart said, I don't know nothing about fighting David Benavidez. I haven't spoken to anybody involving details about us fighting. I don't know where y'all getting this narrative. I said, God damn, boxing. So y'all not giving us David and David. Y'all not even giving us David and Jesse Hart, man. Y'all bogus. But like I said, David had reposted what Michael Benson said about him fighting Jesse Hart in December. So you see what I be saying about the miscommunication in boxing? He shot down the Morrell thing, but kind of alluded to the fact that he could possibly be fighting Jesse Hart. And I heard this before it been getting announced and stuff. So I don't know what's going on, but both fights are good. David versus David is great. Like, that's great for boxing. That's perfect. But David versus Jesse Hart is not a bad fight. I don't know what's going on, man. I heard this was the possibility, but man, he shot it down too, y'all. So I'm like, man, where do we go from here? Boxing is in a strange place, man. Like, we can't get no consistent news whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, man. Man, Jesse Hart said, I don't know nothing about nothing, bro. Jesus, man. But Benavidez, like, he reposted what Michael Benson said about the fight in December with Jesse Hart. So see what I'm saying? In December, it's not that far off. You definitely don't want this type of miscommunication. Now, it could be that they don't want it out right now. Maybe they want to be the ones that announce it. I don't know. I've seen fighters do this. Like, I've seen people tell fighters their dates, and I've seen fighters say, nah, that's not true. And then hours later or the next day, they reposting the same date that somebody said, right? So it could be that. I'm hoping that that's what it is. He just trying to say no just to throw people off. I hope, but it don't sound like it. Sound like he ain't talked to them and he don't know where it's coming from. So that's the unfortunate part. this is what you didn't want to see for boxing, man. But this is where we at, man. It's crazy, man. It's kind of weak, yo, because we can't, like I said, we can't get no real news to build off. So it's frustrating as hell for me. Because I for sure thought I had a good conversation and whole breakdown about the Davis versus Davis, y'all. And then I'm like, okay, cool. All right, no David versus David. Plan B, Jesse Hart. Good fight. Jesse Hart been around the block, been in there twice with Gilberto Ramirez. You know what I'm saying? He's never been stopped, took some losses, right? Sullivan Barrera been in there. He been around the block a little bit. I'm like, that'd be a great fight for Benavidez. See if he can test him. Somebody that never been stopped. You know what I mean? Experienced veteran, Philly guy, tough, rugged. That's gonna come to fight. And look what we got. Nope. I'm like, man, this is crazy. He's the last in there. That's what I'm saying. That's what it be seeming like, Clean. They don't be in the know. Yeah, I'm telling all the news is no news. Bruce Gas, what it do, OG? How you feeling? It's unfortunate, y'all. I thought we had a good one, though, man. We had a good one. They took the air out of myself. This was like 2 punches to the gut, y'all. I'm like, damn, twice. This was like a 2-piece to the gut on both sides, bro. Boom, boom. I'm like, damn. We can't get David versus David. Who don't want to see that young Cuban sensation, man, get in there with the Mexican monster? Just think about that fight, the energy for that fight, the build up. Man, yeah. Both guys would be super confident going into the fight. That'd be a great fight to watch, bro. Great fight, man. Young David Morrell. Some people think it's too early for him. They don't believe in his talent and his skill set yet. That'd be a good opportunity to prove it. It's one of them fights where even if you lose, it's not a bad thing. You get what I'm saying? It ain't the end of the world. That would have been a good fight to see, man. I'm telling you. And like I said, ain't nobody's been as adamant is you know, as David Morrell about this fight. Like I said, he pulling up in DMs, like he tagging people in the Instagram story, should I say, like, hey man, you ready? What's up? You know what I mean? Cal Cooley, my guy, was good with it. Gertz, what it do, man? So Marcus Brown, I don't know, he been out the mix a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of let me down, man. I don't know what to think no more about boxing at this point. They just left us hanging with this, man. So this is where we at. No David versus David. And right now, Jesse Hart is even shooting down the December fight with Benavidez. So that kind of sucked. Always around the board. D for the win. My guy was good with it, bro. How you feeling? I'm gonna say it was mixed misdirection at this point because Jesse Hart, they're from Philly, he's probably old school and don't want to piss off his promoters. Yeah, man. I just hope that maybe they just throwing people off the scent or something, trying to anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Hart deserve a fight for sure. I like Jesse Hart. Tough, rugged, always come to fight. Like I said, ain't got no quit in him. Don't lay down. Been in there with some people. You know what I'm saying? Would be a good test for David for sure. Good test. See if he could be the first one to stop him. You know that'd be the storyline. So, man, I don't know which way to go. But like I said, there's still hope if Benavidez is hopeful that fight can happen, right? I'm pretty sure they can get on the phone, work some things out, and handle the business the right way. You get what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they could find a way to make this fight a reality. Shouldn't be hard to make. Cause all he's saying is he ain't discussed no details. Like he don't know where they getting it from, but it don't sound like he ain't open to the fight. And I know he won't turn down no smoke. I'm assuming he won't. I ain't never known him to be that type of fighter. So, you know what I mean? He gonna take a challenge. So let's see, man. Hopefully, something does come out of this. But like I said, it's just unfortunate we can't get that David versus David smoke, man. Morrell be on it, bro. And I know he ain't clout chasing. I know it ain't just for show. He really want that fight. Man, he said it more times than more than enough times. Like, you know that's a fight he won. And like I said, it got to the point where even Benavidez said, look, that's one of the only fights that makes sense. So look, my thing is it's still a conversation to be had, y'all. I ain't giving up on it, y'all. I'm gutted, man. They almost messed my whole live up, y'all, or half of it, but I ain't completely gutted. Check this out, right? on one end, you got Morrell is tagging Benavidez like, yo, you ready? You know what I mean? I got people excited. I know, I mean, it's definitely me, because it's like it's a reason for that, right? But then on the other end, you got Benavidez kind of shooting it down, saying, yeah, I ain't fighting him. But you talking about Jesse Hart, but Jesse Hart is also shooting it down. So what it sounds like right now, to me, y'all, there's hope. Sound like you might not have a opponent locked in right now. You get what I'm saying? You sound like you don't got an opponent locked in right now. And with Morrell reaching out and with you having that clip, like I said, man, that's why I'm the clip king. I know these clips might not mean much to people, but you can always go back to these dudes' words. And this was after that fight that he already had at 175, and they was asking him, man. My bad, y'all. That was something.
Fights, David Morrell Jr. is moving up to light heavyweight as well. There was talk of you two fighting at super middle. Do you think it's possible?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. It's definitely gonna happen sooner than later, because that's the only other fight I see in this weight class that makes sense. Fans been asking first, so I'm gonna be a man of my words. I'm gonna give him that fight.
Hey man, he say he'd be a man of his word. That's the only fight at this weight class that makes sense. All I'm saying is, if him and Jesse Hart ain't signed and sealed, then there's room for a David versus David fight, you know? And with him saying that, I know that's something he'd be interested in. It's just a matter of how the cookie gonna crumble, man. Like, who gonna reach out to who? Who gonna try to make the fight? You get what I'm saying? I know Morrell hungry and he want that fight. I would love to see it anytime they could give it to us. And I know those two dudes would be willing to fight. Imagine that fight, bro. Imagine the styles. Got that Cuban style with the Mexican monster that want to come forward, bring pressure, throw a lot of punches, heavy jab, good body puncher. You get what I'm saying? Got some weapons, man. That'd be an entertaining fight. Morrell can box and move, but lately he been wanting to come forward and make it a fight. So do he approach the fight like that with Benavidez? You get what I'm saying? That'd be a crazy fight, y'all. Crazy fight. He said there were never any negotiations for Tank and Ryo. Yeah, he shut that down too, Queen. For sure he did. For sure he did. I got that in my notes somewhere. And it's crazy, so I don't know what's going on. WJ McCullough, what's good with it, fam? He said you always got me punching the air. They killing us, man. They killing us. I've tried, but like I said, I've still tried to make something out of the conversation, right? With Jesse Hart saying he don't know what they talking about. Sounds like it's an opportunity for a fight to be made. Sound like dudes don't got an opponent locked in just yet. You know? So maybe that's the bright side of it. You know what I mean? And with David Morrell actively applying pressure, and I know it's going to be a bunch of people that seen this story that's reposting it, that's in David Benavidez comments, DMs right now, talking about he's saying what's up. So my thing is that there's the silver lining. You know what I mean? Neither fights are being confirmed on either side. You got somebody saying they don't know what's going on, and the other guy, you know what I'm saying? So maybe it leaves an opportunity there. All things, my guy, was good, bro. Let's talk fashion in the building, my guy. Remo. Ryo knows Tank knocks him out. USA boxing #1. I mean, I think he'll still take the challenge though, but they already said he wasn't fighting for the rest of the year. And Leonard Ellerby came out and said there was no negotiations for Tank and Ryo. And yeah, that rehydration clause stuff was garbage. That's what he said. Yeah. He shot it down. The rehydration stuff was garbage. Yeah, he shot it down. Rehydration is some garbage, you know what I'm saying? But again, y'all, this is Jesse Hart saying he don't know nothing about a fight with David Benavidez. He ain't speak to nobody involving no details about him fighting. So he's saying he don't know where he getting it from. So it sounds like Benavidez don't got an opponent lined up. So even with Michael Benson posting that, you know, Benavidez saying something about fighting Jesse Hart in December. Jesse Hart on his end is shooting it down. And he's with as far as reposting it several times over, calling it fake news, fake news, fake news, fake news. So he ain't just doubled down, he quadrupled down. You know what I'm saying? He several posts saying that it ain't happening. So, like I said, I don't think I'm reaching here unless he trying to throw people off. He put a nice amount of work and effort into it, and I don't see no fighter going that far to do it. One post would have been enough, but he made sure over and over and over, like, not that he just ain't talked to him, but it's fake news altogether. He's not fighting him. So, with that being said, that still leaves room for my guy, David Morrell. Know what I'm saying? Morrell, like, man, I want smoke, bro. You know what I'm saying? That leaves room. That leaves a little bit of rum. So I don't know, y'all. Let's see what comes out of this. Like I said, either of these fights would be good. I wouldn't be 100% shocked if David and David don't happen, but at least the Jesse Hart fight gotta happen. You know what I'm saying? One of them gotta happen. You're right, man. Trying to get different looks, different eyes on it, work up a big fight. You never know. It could be doing anything. Ryo Tank not happening. Nope. I got Ryo not ready, and I was gonna stop. Fight my damn self. Shout out to Seattle Rick. Yeah, shout out to Ryo, man. He's a good fighter, man. But I knew that fight wasn't coming right now either, for sure. Hold on, y'all hit the like button again for me. Let me pull. Gotta get something else too. Get something else up. Give me a second, y'all. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, man. So the misinformation with boxing, y'all, has been at an all-time high. It stinks to high hell, man. Like, we can't get nothing solid nowhere. And it's unfortunate. It's killing it, you know. But at least we do got some fights that is happening tomorrow. You know, Shushu is fighting tomorrow. It's always a good thing when he's fighting. You got the good fight between the ladies, Sandy Ryan and Michaela Mayer. You got Xander Zayas fighting as well. So got a solid card on a Friday coming up. You know what I mean? I got a solid card on a Friday coming up. Rod, what it do, my guy? Morrell waiting for Benavidez, like be hot waiting for Bill in the bathroom. I don't think he wants to. Morrell, I just think like, I know his sights probably will be set closer to trying to become undisputed. And if the path is available for him to chase that, as opposed to fighting a David Morrell, who's young, dangerous, and hungry, I think he'll do that, right? I don't think it's a matter of him ducking him per se. But like I said, when you worked and you got to the point where David Benavidez is at, right? Just think about it. You done lost your belt for outside the ring activities. You done lost your belt on the scale. And you done fought yourself back into title contention to be able to compete for undisputed against Canelo. And he's done everything but give you an opportunity to the point where you just had to move up and chase opportunities, right? So now you find yourself at 175 and you find David Morrell there with you. Very dangerous, young, hungry guy that's very adamant, as you see up here in this post, about fighting you. But if you David Benavidez, you got to weigh your options and be smart about it, right? If you got an option to possibly take a Morrell fight or a Jesse Hart fight, knowing that after that Jesse Hart fight, you probably could fight the winner and better be even Beal. You see? What road do you travel down? You get what I'm saying? Jesse Hart shouldn't be an easy fight or easy go for him at all, right? But more winnable fight nonetheless at this point. And I think that that'd be a path that he probably travel if it presents itself to him. But like I said, as you see, Jesse Hart is saying he don't know what people talking about. So it don't sound like things are on solid ground over there. So who knows? Wishful thinking, maybe that leaves work for Morrell. You know what I mean? Leaves room for him to slip through the back door. Who knows? Hannibal was good with it. Benavidez wants to fight in January. I believe Morrell wants in December. What network is tomorrow? Fights on? Top Rank, ESPN card for tomorrow. bad place for David. Look, me first fight and winner Beagle versus Benavidez. And again, that's why, Rod, that's why it would make sense for him to get another fight. And not saying Jesse Hart is no pushover or nothing like that, but you could see at this point, a little older, obviously, some wear and tear there, some miles been around the block, but experience that you can't overlook, and the attitude and grit, toughness, skill, he gonna fight. So, but if you weighing options and you got, like I said, you got Morrell versus that guy there with the potential undisputed winner, the winner, you know what I mean, the undisputed fight. I think that's the path he gonna go down. And in the meantime, all that does is allow Morrell to get more experience himself and be even more prepared for that fight when it presents itself. Because I don't think they'll find. I don't see them making it out of the division by and not fighting each other. I don't see that, because it'll have to be somebody blatantly avoiding the other for that to happen, and I just don't see it. Yeah, ESPN. Just days the issue should get to pick the day out of Benavidez and Morrell. In your opinion, it's tough, but if we just looking at overall body of work, I mean, Benavidez fought more, got more notable wins and names on his resume with Plant and Andre. So I would say him. I would say Benavidez if I had to pick either or, but I just feel like that's something that could be worked out, right? Especially on the side of Morrell, because he's hungry for this opportunity. I feel like, what's the difference if it's, December or January, as long as he get the opportunity to fight him. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, Benavidez put in more work, more notable names, better resume, more experience at this point. If I had to say one guy, it would have to be him. Yeah, in a month, you get what I'm saying? Hannibal's not a big adjustment for either guy. So if you was hungry as Morrell is, and if you really want this fight like you say you do, if it's being offered in January, you jump on that. You get what I'm saying? You take the opportunity. So like I said, anything could come out of this. It's just unfortunate I didn't have more solid information to bring to y'all. K Calls, what it do, my guy? I'm just a little annoyed by that because, before I even got a chance to get up here, already both fights was kind of shot down, essentially, and neither fight is on solid ground. But like I said, the only silver lining is guys still might not have an opponent. This could very well lead to another fight if it gets approached the right way. You know what I mean? So social media is one thing. I like David Morrell being active there. But I think at this point, especially with Jesse Hart being kind of like out of the mix, like out of the know, and he don't know what's going on, I think it'd be a good time for them to try to contact his team and see if they can make a fight. I think that'll make a lot of sense. Ashley's corner, what it do, Cuzzo? How you feeling? Good to see you. Yeah, so I think that's what should happen. For real. Like I said, the public pressure is always good. The social media, tagging guys, but something, at this point you gotta go a step farther, try to get in touch with his team and see what happens, man. Because that's a fight we need. Don, what it do, my guy? He tagged that man straight up. He said, "Is you ready?" That's what I want to see Benavidez responding to. Hell with all that. I see your repost and all that. You reposted it a couple times, but I want to see you respond to this guy right here, though. It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt, It wouldn't hurt to see it. Lion, what's good with it, man? What's good with it, man? Gotta stop trying to trash my boy, man. Stop trying to trash my guy. I'm missing something. My bad, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm missing something. So yeah, man. Who knows, man? Boxing is taking us for a ride right now, man. With the lack of consistent information, man. So, like I said, I just hope hope we could get some more clarity in these next couple weeks with this Benavidez situation. Like I said, it ain't looking good on either end, because neither fight sound like it's signed, sealed, or delivered. You know what I'm saying? So, and I would really like to see him acknowledge what Morrell is doing, because he tagged him, man. Y'all know the game. You reposting and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Just let us know what you think, man. Let us know if you see David Morrell tagging you like that, bro. That's all. Just let us know. Let us know if you see the youngin' on your bumper like that. Mark West, what it do? Joseph, what it do, fam? Shout out to Line. What's good with it? Don, my guy. I always remember the ring doesn't lie. Jose Diaz, my guy. What's good with it, Jose? You know the ring never lies, man. Never. So, you know, that's all I can really say for the most part about this. David is not happening, but Morrell is adamant. He's tagging Benavidez through the Instagram stories, asking him, is he ready? You know, Benavidez reposted, you know, Michael Benson's post about him fighting, give me 1 second. About him fighting, you know, Jesse Hart, but Jesse Hart ain't getting no word or nothing he's talking about. So that's where we at. We got one little mess right there at the light heavyweight division with two of the best young talents, and Benavidez and Morrell. So I hope this means that gives them an opportunity to work out a fight. But if not, Jesse Hart is not a bad fight for Benavidez, especially if you're trying to, you know, get some more experience, continue to acclimate to the division, and try to fight the winner. Better be even Beaver. I think that's a good road to travel for him. So we'll see. We got tendons repaired, so recovery, yeah, for sure. So we'll see, man. No David versus David, but we'll see if we get David versus Jesse in the process. All right, man. Let's keep rolling, man. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rocking. So I know y'all been seeing it, the back and forth between Edgar, Berlanga, and Tank. Back and forth between Edgar and Berlanga and Tank has been pretty funny, man. Tank don't, you know, he say whatever he want. Edgar Berlanga has been responding since. Seems like Tank got this man pissed off, man. Tweeting at Tank, he said Tank is ass. He's supposed to fight Ryo. He's scared because he's seeing how he looked against Pitbull. I'm gonna call you Chihuahua. You ain't no effing Tank. Yeah, that's cute. I mean, I don't know if he realized it or not, but Tank did beat Pitbull first, just for the record, you know. But he also went on to say he want to fight the best at their best, bozo. I'm not you. That's shaky to fight one of these guys. And the first person you fought that was a threat, Ryan. You put a weight clause on him so he'd be weak. You a sucker. You know what I'm saying? So he has some words for young Tank Davis, man. All I could say is, again, man, I think it's some LaMarcus was good, my guy. I think it's some big confusion on these weight clauses and all this stuff. I don't feel like the weight clauses are put in place to weaken a fighter. I feel like it's put in place to even the playing field and make sure, you know, guys ain't blowing up in between weights. I think that's exactly what it is, man. Dudes want to rehydrate 3 weight classes above the weight limit. Tank and his team know full well that's what been going on. And they understand, and being the A side, they can implement a weight clause because they already given up height and reach. And you're not about to be giving up, like I said, no 20 to 30 pounds in the ring as well to nobody. I think that'd be risky as hell, and it'd be stupid. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, if you are drained and weak, like I said yesterday, you need to go up. And I'm about to play a little clip. It was very similar. I believe this was Greg Hacker. Shout out to Hot Takes reposting this, man, because this was very similar to what I was saying.
At the end of the day, you're talking about a guy that's like, what, 5'5", and a half, maybe? You know what I mean? Coming up, his first division was 126, 130.
How many times do I say how this dude was 5'5", coming from 126? How many times do I say this?
At the end of the day, you're talking about a guy that's like, what, 5'5", and a half, maybe? You know what I mean? Coming up, his first division was 126, 130, then 135, had one fight at 40. You know what I'm saying? You talking about he dehydrating fighters. How could you dehydrate a fighter? If you struggling to make weight, or you killing yourself to make weight, you don't belong there. Simple as that. At the end of the day, I just don't see how a guy that's really in his third weight class, smaller than everybody, is like, what advantages do he got? You know what I'm saying? And when they do a 10-pound rehydration clause, if you rehydrating up 155, 160, and the motherfucker only get up to 145, it kind of even out when they put the 10-pound rehydration clause on. I guess none of these guys should go fight for an IBF belt because the IBF mandates 10-pound rehydration clauses. It's like he trying to get y'all with y'all ex for y'all complain. Fresh out of jail, a year being inactive, he give you Frank Martin. Y'all say he will never fight a slick black fighter who could box with footwork. He give y'all that, knock him out at 8, little warm-up fight for him. Then he come back, he try to get y'all Loma after y'all talk shit about him being scared of Loma. Loma ducking. You know what I mean? But y'all got some shit to say about that. So it's like, fuck what they say and get that money.
Shout out to Hot Takes, man. Shout out to Greg Hackett, man. I told y'all, man, I've been saying exactly all of that same stuff, man. He can't drain no fighters, bro. He can't drain no fighters. If you are drained at a weight class, you got to go up, bro. It's that simple. That's not him doing it. So, look, shout out to Edgar Berlanga. I know it's war and y'all going back and forth, but ain't nothing. No, these dudes are, in fact, the suckers trying to have them 20 to 25 to 30, damn near 30-pound weight advantages over people on fight night. You get what I'm saying? That's what these guys are doing. You got dudes manipulating the rules. You know what I mean? And they found a loophole and they've been taking advantage of it. Well, when you fight Tank Davis, if that's the funny shit you trying to pull and you ain't fighting at 135, yeah, you're going to find yourself with a damn rehydration clause. Why? Because he ain't a damn fool. And my thing is this. It's very simple, bro. If you want to fight the man, just go to 135. Y'all lied on his name and y'all said he put a rehydration. He was asking for Ryo for a rehydration clause at 135. That was a lie. Now, I mean, Leonard Ellerby came out, shot that down. Y'all was lying again. You know what I mean? I said this. Tank ain't never put no rehydration clause on nobody that was at 135. If you want to fight him, and that's not me trying to protect the fighter or nothing. It's just common sense and logic. If you want to fight a guy that's at any weight class, you go where they at. You know what I mean? You don't just keep calling for him. You don't expect that guy to come to you. Like, imagine that. Yeah, I want $1 million. I ain't going to work for it, though. I'm going to just sit right here, and it's going to come. Like, what? Yeah, I want to fight you. You at 135. I'm at 130, or I'm at 140. You don't want to fight then. If I got to come to you, you don't want that fight. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass up there. Hey, yeah, he was healthy. Remember how he was talking and eating? That was it's this platform. It's called Hot Takes on IG, but that was Greg Hackett giving a take right there about you know, Tank and Pop. People be saying he be dehydrating the fight, draining the fighters and stuff like that. He shot all of that down. Like, that shit killed me. Like, dude come fresh out of jail. You say, like he said, I said this all the time. They say he'd never fight a black slick fighter. He did that shit coming out of jail, off a little jail bid. Stop Frank Martin. People was saying all this shit about ducking Loma. He trying to fight Loma coming off one of his absolute best performances while he's still a titleist, and people still complain about that. Talking about he trying to fight him when he was old. He aged him out. Like, dude, you can't make this stuff up, man. I hate it for boxing. We had to be better. Boxing has to be better, and it has to do better, especially with the information that comes out. Everything shouldn't be a mystery, and everything that come out shouldn't end up being a damn lie or misinformation. But damn, man, we got to do better, man. Got to do better. Got to see shit for what it is and stop slighting these fighters when they out here putting in work. You get what I'm saying? So all that draining fighter stuff is stupid. Y'all got clauses on y'all because you dudes is big as hell. Like I said, especially with a guy like Ryan, you run around here right now as a light heavyweight, 175, 180 pounds, damn near a cruiserweight, dude. Come on, man. I'll put a clause on your big ass too. And I ain't just saying that. I would. I ain't gonna be stupid just because everybody else stupid. And that's one thing I like about Team Tank. Whoever doing their homework over there and understanding that dudes be trying to blow up and juke the system and found that little loophole that they like to take advantage of and made sure that it don't happen when it's him. I appreciate them for that. Because what advantages do he have? This is what I'm saying. And don't give me no shit about no power. That's just what it is. I'm talking about physical advantages where is he ever taller? Is he ever longer? Do he ever weigh more? Is he ever bigger? None of that. That's why I say, what advantages do he have? That it's much different when it's him. This is why you see him doing what he's doing. You already operating at a weight class when you can arguably be 5 pounds down at 130. You get what I'm saying? You could arguably be there. You get what I'm saying? And you already at 35 where you get what I'm saying? So you giving up something already. And I'm just being real. This is real legit boxing conversation. You giving up something. Then already I'm supposed to give up the height and reach, the size, weight, and I'm supposed to give up an extra 20-something pounds on top of that? Says who? Because of what? To prove to y'all that I'm tough? I'll be hearing people say, nah, go up to 140, do this with no calls on it and do that. Man, I'm not trying to hear all that shit. That dude was a bigger guy. I don't want to hear about what nobody did in the past. I don't want to hear about no other fighter. I'm talking about that specific fighter and what he on. He already challenged himself there. If he comfortable where he at and he telling y'all, look, this is where I'm making my home, then y'all got to go bring the smoke to him and stop calling for the fights. Stop trying to find convenient ways and cute little talking points to take away from what he doing. All these dudes is putting on for real, for real. He doing his thing. I just don't see how people think you're not taking challenges. You blinded because you're not seeing the whole picture. You're just looking at it very surface level. That dude take a challenge every time you step in there and you got these dudes bigger, taller, longer. Like you're at disadvantages. That shit matter in boxing. Boxing is a game of inches. You know that shit matter. That dude getting in there with these big ass dudes. You trying to tell me getting in there with a guy that's 6 foot ain't no challenge? That's crazy. Man, just got to get a man his credit and keep it pushing. I say it all the time. And this is for all of boxing. Let's get boxing its just due. Sanctioning bodies make the IBF rule standard. Yep, guys have to move up, to their appropriate weights. That's a fact, bro. That's why I was hoping that I wish they would have tried to enforce it always around the board so people could just see it for what it is. And this is exactly why I played that documentary where they was talking about the weight cuts and how dangerous it is. That wasn't nothing about no one fighter. It's about the health of these guys and how risky it is to not only drain your body of fluids, but now you're draining your brain of fluids. Then you're trying to hurry up and put that back and compete at the highest level, and you're not able to do it in a reasonable time frame. Now you're getting in a fight. You're a damn walking dead man. You're a skeleton. Like, you know what I mean? Damn skeleton. You going in there getting knocked out in front of everybody all cool. That shit crazy, man. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Nah, man. Tank ain't no email champ. Tank ain't all cap. Tank just got a career that I think has been different. I think he blazed the trail much differently than what people used to seeing it. And, he's been champion. He's held on to a belt for a pretty long portion of his career, but it's not dictated his career. His career is not solely dictated off the, him winning belts. And I think that's something people can't stand. But if you just understand it for what it is, he said it over and over and over again that he don't pick fights. They line him up and he knock him down. That's just what he been doing. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you see a guy that's moving closer and closer to the right kind of fights, but people just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm busy, my guy. What it do, family? Yeah, man. I'm telling you, it's way more enjoyable when you give him his credit, though, because it is. And I'm for boxing, so I ain't just for no one fighter. I do this for all these dudes, man. I just like to give guys their credit. I mean, and I know him and Edgar Berlanga doing their thing. They going back and forth, but like I said, that dude, what he doing is nothing short of spectacular, man. That shit ain't easy. Got a lot of pressure on you to perform each and every time you step out. A lot of eyes on you. They almost expecting that you do something, right? So, like, shit get deep in boxing, man. And, heavy is the head to wear the crown, and he wearing one of the crowns in boxing right now. Love it or hate it. That's just what it is. Yeah, he definitely is, though. That moral victory lap, for sure. But Next gonna say he's going to lightweight to fight. Yeah, you see this with the never. Joshua's an animal. Yeah, he talked about going up to fight Joshua. Don't mess with Texas, my guy, Andrew Gray. What it do, family? How you feeling? Bring back same-day weigh-ins. It's crazy. Boxing hacker, what it do, fam? Why not just fight the ordinary rules and making weight at the weigh-in and the rehydration clause? Nah, man. Look, fight at your weight. You know what I mean? Fight at your weight. Banks, the boxing fan, my guy. And that came from a guy that used to fight. Matter of fact, I'm going to play the clip again just so you can hear it. Mr. Empire said, even Haney said he needed a weight cause. Yeah, he said they missed some things. You get what I'm saying, Mr. Empire? They missed some things, and they probably should have implemented a weight cause for sure. And that's what it is, because you got guys out here playing with your health. Dudes out here big as hell, blowing up, all undisciplined and big in between fights, trying to get these wild ass advantages. And when you a smart guy, you know that. You know it. You know what I'm saying? Got back from Cuba, everybody have a great evening, man. Shout out to Jose, man, and glad you hopefully you had a safe trip, man, and enjoyed it. Shout out to you, my guy. Boo Andre. I like Boo. I'm always rock with Demetrius Andre. But listen to this again clearly, bro. Check this out, man.
At the end of the day, you're talking about a guy that's like, what, 5'5.5", maybe? You know what I mean? Coming up, his first division was 126, 130, then 135, had one fight at 40. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about he dehydrating fighters. How could you dehydrate a fighter? If you're struggling to make weight, or you killing yourself to make weight, you don't belong there. Simple as that. At the end of the day, I just don't see how a guy that's really in his third weight class, smaller than everybody, is like, what advantages do he got? You know what I'm saying? And when they do a 10-pound rehydration clause, if you rehydrating up 155, 160, and the motherfucker only get up to 145, it kind of even out when they put the 10-pound rehydration clause on. I guess none of these guys should go fight for an IBF belt, because the IBF mandates 10-pound rehydration clauses. It's like he trying to get out with y'all expert and y'all complain. Fresh out of jail, a year being inactive, he give you Frank Martin. Y'all say he will never fight a slick black fighter who could box with footwork. He gave y'all that, knocked him out at 8, little warm-up fight for him. Then he come back, he try to get y'all Loma after y'all talk shit about him being scared of Loma ducking. You know what I mean? But y'all got some shit to say about that. So it's like, fuck what they say and get that money.
That's why people approach me with it be now, because you just can't make people happy. You got guys that go in there, take risks, put their life on the line, do some of the shit that people saying they won't do. And just because you can't do it all in one night, people find a way to take from it instead of appreciating it and see it for what it is. These dudes, this shit is a business, man, and money rules, man. They don't get to do everything by themselves, man. It's never going to be that way, you know? With their opponent, yeah, by multiple weight classes on fight night, B-Dog, but that's perfectly fine because they made the weight the night before. Like, imagine that, yo. Hell nah, man. The thing is, he don't, though. He don't. And I think the same thing could be said. You know what I'm saying? He, in fact, Tank situation is unique because he's doing the opposite of what most people do. Most people are shrinking down to fight at weight classes where they probably shouldn't be at and finding themselves drained or compromised on fight night or having to make terrible and dangerous weight cuts. Whereas he is a guy, like I say, who's arguably fighting up a weight class, arguably, like with the right, diet and I think, workout and regimen and all that stuff, he probably could be fighting at 130. So he's doing the opposite of what people are doing. Fighting one up, people be fighting multiple down and then rehydrating to multiple weight classes up and having that kind of advantage. He not doing that. That's why I say, man, if people don't realize that's taking a challenge in and of itself, especially when think about it, you have Rolly. Imagine if Rolly's skill set was comparable to his and he was in there on fight night 165 pounds. Imagine that. 165 pounds on fight night. Shit is wild. It was bogus, man. These dudes really be big as hell, shrinking down crazy, and then talking about he shrinking, he draining people. He got advantages. No, he don't. He don't. That's what I'm saying, bro. If he better than you, then that's just something you got to deal with. But like all these, imaginary unfair advantages that he be having, that shit ain't real, man. Shit ain't real. These dudes is caught. Like, he's smart. He worked himself in a position, and I'm glad he's onto it. Like I said, whoever is implementing them clauses in his contract. The couple times that they did it, bravo to them for not being stupid. I mean, you just had a world-class fighter get punched all around the ring, and then after the fight, say he missed some things and possibly should have been some clauses or something implemented in there. See what I'm saying? Can't be too good for it. It ain't about being tough. It's about being smart. And that's why I say, man, that's the difference, man. I mean, don't be tough to your own detriment, bro. Be smart. You know what I'm saying? You already tough. The minute you just signed up for boxing as a career, as a job, you already tough. You ain't gotta spend your career being stupid and mistake, stupid for being tough. That ain't nothing tough about giving up 20, 30 pound weight advantages, man. Like ain't that shit is stupid, especially when you already a small ass dude. That's very stupid. I don't care how brave you think it is. And to a degree, y'all, he still did it, but he do it on the terms that make sense. Because he allowed Rolly to rehydrate to whatever he wanted. He damn near was a super middleweight. He was 3 pounds shy of being a super middleweight. He allowed him to do it. He allowed him to blow up because he fought at the weight class he was supposed to fight at. He weighed in at the weight he was supposed to weigh in at, and he still let him do it. I don't see the problem, man. These dudes is bogus. Damon, what it do, fan? Right. You have faith in your skills. You wouldn't necessarily need all of those like little stipulations or need fights to be, propped a certain way for you to, what I mean, have an advantage. That shit is weird. Shout out to you, my guy. Yeah, I'm telling you, it'd be saving people from getting knocked out too. Don't mess with Texas, my guy. Malaza in the building was good. Berlanga versus Andre. Coleman versus Tank Shakur next. No one should be more than 10 pounds heavier after they weigh in. You know what I mean? Definitely not 25, 30. You know what I'm saying, Barbara? Not 25, 30. I can get 15, 17. I get it. You gain a little weight. But when you can start getting 25, 30, 28 pounds, like, come on, dude. You heard Keith Thurman say, how the hell do you get that much? How do you put that much weight back on overnight? Say, what is he doing? Liquid IVs? He said this. And he wasn't trying to be funny. He was like, damn, how do you do that? Dudes fighting at heavier weight classes and not rehydrating crazy like that. Keith Thurman is another one. True professional. Despite what people think about him. D1, my guy, was good with the family. You already know I appreciate you, fam. We have to make smart decisions, yeah. In the dangerous sport, absolutely. And like I said before, it's nothing personal to the fighter. I'm not coming from just a critical standpoint trying to criticize or take credit. I'm strictly talking about like health standpoint too. You know what I mean? It's dangerous. It's a gamble. But if you're willing to do it, then just as long as you know what comes with it, as long as you know what comes with it. Boxing hacker, salute to you. Appreciate you for the 10 piece, man. He said it was fair as both fighters meeting at the scheduled weight, being on weight. Yeah, that's always fair. That's fair. I agree with that. Trying to put restraints on somebody rehydrate is definitely someone's benefit. Let's call it a spade. No, it's not. It's not to no one's benefit. It's to keep things on an even playing field. I told you that before. That's not to nobody's benefit. The only reason you feel like that is because the rehydration clause in the fighter that you represent or you rock with, that destroys him. That he would never be able to do it. So you got to be against it because your fighter would never be able to come under those rules. So I get it, but you're not thinking the other way. You looking at it only one way. What about the fact that dudes want to blow up 3 weight classes above the weight limit? Are you fine with that? That's pretty crazy, don't you think? So you don't think it's crazy for a guy to be pretty much a super middleweight and be fighting a lightweight? That's crazy. That's not crazy to you. Count the weight classes. That's pretty absurd, bro. That's wild to me. You get what I'm saying? Not understand to a certain degree what you're saying. You don't want to put a restriction on how much somebody's able to gain after making a weight. You want that person to be healthy. And I want that person to be healthy too. But my thing is, they're willing to be unhealthy on the scale to be super comfortable on fight night instead of moving up where you being comfortable on the scale and even more comfortable on fight night. You get me? It's about health. It's really about health. It's not an indictment trying to dig at the fighter, but it's really about their health and the fact that I think they put it at risk at a very dangerous way every single time that they do that. You get what I'm saying? But to each his own. I get your stance on it. I get it. It's not a right or wrong thing, but for me, I've heard fighters say the same thing. That shit is wild, like blowing up like that and trying to come in there and gain that that type of advantage, that's risky. Like I said, you even heard people say that that's even more dangerous than PEDs at this point.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, true indeed. Shout out to Boxing Hacker. Them constraints work both ways, right? That's why I said it's only put in place to not, screw people over in the long run. I mean, y'all punch that like button for me. My guy Zoom Verse, shout out to you, Brody. Shout out to you. Yeah, man, it affects both guys. They gotta adhere to the same rule. I feel like that's fair as opposed to you. Because again, if you believe, put it this way, it's very simple. If you believe weight classes matter for a reason, or you think they're in place for a reason, then you gotta be against that. If you don't care about weight classes, then maybe you're cool with it. It's that simple. It's all good. That's how you feel like you like it that way. You like it that way. It's all good for me, but for me, nah, no sir.
A rehydration clause is a portion of a boxer's contract that limits how much weight a boxer is allowed to gain between the weigh-in and the fight.
Yeah, man. I gotta find the other one where it tell you why they implemented it. You know what I mean? And what it's for. Like that shit is to ensure fairness than strip somebody. And that's the part that people are missing. If you remove how it affects one or two individual fighters, the fighter that you like the most, if you're just looking at it on a broad spectrum, you will see it a bit different. You get what I'm saying? That's to keep it even, right? You know what I'm saying? No 140 pounder shouldn't have to be fighting a super middleweight. A lightweight shouldn't be having to fight a super middleweight, and so on and so forth. It's ridiculous. You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I think that's very fair and reasonable. Now, I know some people might think it's cool, but like I said, the only people I've heard be in favor of that is people that like certain fighters that benefit from that directly, right? If you don't like so it's what it is. If you're a big supporter of Devin Haney and everything he does, then you are against the IBF rules. The hell with some clause, because it ain't like Tank made it up. It's the IBF. That's literally the IBF shit. You get what I'm saying? And he just makes sure that people kind of go by that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fool. So I don't think it's something he made up. You get what I'm saying? The IBF, a lot of these dudes will never compete for an IBF strap because they'll never be willing to make that sacrifice, which is crazy to me. So it's not like he created it. He just uses it because he's smart enough to know. He has a team that's smart enough to know. My guy ain't going to be giving up, several inches in height, several inches in reach, and then about 30 pounds in weight too. Hell nah, you get me? Simple. The phenomenal show, my guy. How you feeling, Brody? Guys like Jonathan definitely need to move up the healthier weights instead of trying to be weight. And that's why people start calling them the weight bullies, bro. You dig me? That's all. Go up there where it's fair at. Go where you healthy at, You hear it all the time. You hear fighters say it all the time. How you gonna be in the next weight class when they move up? Oh, I'm gonna fill out more. I'm gonna be stronger at this weight. I ain't gonna have to cut as much weight. That's very true. When you got a guy just moving to a weight class and his very first weight cut, they got to wrap him up like a burrito. That's not a good look. You can't tell me that you really are a supporter of a fighter and you're completely fine with him killing himself on the scale and just calling it professional. Yeah, he being professional. He making a sacrifice. But to what extent? Like, what is he willing to go through? Is he going to hurt himself doing that? You get what I'm saying? I don't want to see my favorite fighter having to get wrapped up like a burrito to cut weight, being skinny as hell in the face, having to wear dark shades at weigh-ins and shit to try to cover it up. You wearing baggy clothes and some more shit. You doing way too much, bro. Nah, I would rather see you be healthy. That's what I'm saying. I'm an advocate for fighters going into the ring as close to 100% as they can be. And why I say that is because we all know they deal with nicks, injuries, and you know, boxing is unforgiving. It take a piece of you. It take a piece out of you every time you fight, right? So, you know, I love to see guys going to fights as close to 100% as possible. And if you are already compromised because of a severe weight cut, then what are we talking about? I don't want to see you be a shell of yourself competing. You get what I'm saying? To make no weight, to make no money, bro. You get me? Unless you got some life-changing money that is something that you really can't say no to, then okay, then I could level with it, but it's still dangerous and I prefer not seeing it. You know what I mean? Jado was good with it. Ty was good with it. Why not go by the WBL 12? IBF 10, so dramatic, right? And they still having a problem with that, Ty. They still won't want to do it, right? They still won't want to do it, bro. You get me? They still ain't gonna want to do it. Hydration calls are dangerous, then boxers should fight at their real weight and stop cheating. And look, if people think that's dangerous, you don't think it's dangerous for guys to be outweighing by crazy weights and fighting. You hear it all the time. That shit matter. That weight difference matter. That shit matter. Them pounds, that shit matter. So that's all I'm saying. I like everybody to be on the even playing field. I mean, everybody to be healthy, most importantly, right? You know, I want to see all fighters at the top of their game. And you can't do that if you're killing yourself on the scale. You arguably not even coming in at the best version of yourself if you're doing that. You get what I'm saying? So it's deeper than the advantage that you have. It's the damage that you could be doing to yourself in the long term, right? So it's dangerous. The weight cut itself, right? Still feel weak, rehydrating 15, 18% of your weight. You're the problem. Be dog. You know what I mean? Talk to him, bro. A fighter follows the man, your boxing hacker, boy. Shout out to you, boy. Swear, man. Yo, they love you if you was on the payroll, bro. You know what I'm saying? You was on the team, bro. You go to bat for him. Shout out to you, man. Pugilist, what's good, family? Remember that weigh-in where Munguia had to lay down. He's passing out. Pugilist, you get me? The Balor fight. Right. Looking crazy. I thought something might, you know, go bad for him. Right. That's a great point, bro. And that's all we are saying. We want fighters to be healthy. And you can't do that killing yourself, having to get wrapped up like in a cocoon to make no damn weight. Yo, hey, boxing hacker, you ain't see the video with Devin Haney when he was getting interviewed on the street during the weight cutting joint, around the weight cutting time, and the way his words was coming out? Sound like his words he couldn't even get his words out straight. I'm dead serious. I forgot who sent me that clip. I don't got it no more, but somebody had sent me that clip. I was like, yo, look how he sound. He sounded different. Like his voice sounded there. The way he was speaking sounded different. His speech was off. I was like, wow, that shit is crazy, bro. And you see the face being all skinny, you trying to have the hat on, and then you're in press conferences with dark ass shades on, trying to cover the fact that your face sunken in. I don't like that stuff, man. I want to see you healthy, bro. Guarantee you. What do you think the first thing that'll come out of Devin Haney's mouth if he says, and I'm only speaking to him specifically because that's your guy. So what do you think one of the first things that come out of his mouth if he said he was moving to 147 and somebody asked him, hey, Devin Haney, what could we expect from you at 147? I guarantee you one of the first things he would say is he's going to be stronger. He's going to feel better. He'll fill out more. He'll have to cut less weight, so he'll have more energy. I guarantee you that'll be one of the first things he said. Because it was very similar to the things he said when they asked him about going up to 140. The same thing. He said that. Bet you. Yo, what could we expect here? I'm going to feel a lot better. Won't have to cut as much weight. You know what I mean? Probably be stronger, a little stronger. Like, I guarantee you that's what they'd be saying. That's how I know I'm not tripping. Not tripping, man. You know what I mean? We want to see these dudes healthy, not skeletons. I ain't trying to see nobody get their head battered from pillar to post for my entertainment, and you not where you should be going into a fight. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really for the fighter. No funny stuff. I'm really for the fighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm really for the fighter. But that was Edgar Berlanga talking his trash, and this was Tank. It was like, I was champ at 21, 22. You 23 right now. From the outside looking in, you're probably not gonna be a champ no time soon. Kids so busy pointing fingers, not realizing they haven't done shit still. That was the Tank and the Edgar Berlanga back and forth. Oh, and one more thing, man. One more thing. You know, Tank always posted videos, man. They're he want rehydration clause in the same day weighing out of the game. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. Yeah, you called it. You called it. He ain't even had the strength to speak. Yeah, he was speaking funny. So if you cool with your fighter tripping and stuttering over his words because he killing himself to make weight, then that's different, bro. But I don't like no fighter in that way to the point where I want to see him not like that. And it's all about being healthy. I guarantee you that man go up to 147 in his next fight. And if anybody asks him, what can we expect from you, Mr. Haney, at 147? You're going to say stronger, probably a little bit faster. You know it. Feel a little bit better, got to cut less weight. You know what I mean? Probably could eat a little more. Like, I'm telling you, it'll be all positive. It won't be nothing bad. But if you cool with seeing them be wrapped into a damn cocoon that make 140 pounds, that's cool. Okay. Oh my God, what's good with it, bro? One of the hardest working guys on this space, man. Shout out to my guy, man. Keep being the motivation too, man. Tank beats Devin ass no matter what way. I always said that too. It'd always be a good fight, but I think Tank will always win. That's just me. I could be wrong, but I'm willing to be wrong about that. But this is what Tank also posted, man. He took Edgar Berlanga down memory lane. Hold on, man. Hold on real quick, because I thought I had something else in here. Oh, yeah. This was Edgar, yeah. Says you posting a video that's 6 years ago, clown. I'm going to hit you on the chin. You're going to be doing the cha-cha slide. I always hated that reference. Like when somebody talking about knocking somebody out or something. Cha-cha slide, I hate that reference, but okay. Just like you got knocked out in the amateurs by Hammer Hands. I think that's Julian something. I forget dude's name, but you got put out, boy. Don't forget he claims Tank got knocked out in the amateurs. Pretty sure everybody probably damn near got knocked out or something before, hurt in sparring or a fight before in life. But Tank, you know, he's responding to this video. Yeah, that's what he had posted. Lubin getting punched on. I mean, Lubin punching on Erickson Lubin ass. And yeah, he did drop him in that sparring too. Yeah, so it's funny. They've been going back and forth, but it's boxing for you, man. I don't think it's gonna go no further than that. Tank be pissing people off with the littlest of tweets, man. That little guy be having people in the uproar. But look, shout out to Edgar Berlanga. You know, he went out there against Canelo and he tried. He lost every round, got put down, but you know, at least he ain't quit, right? Respect to him for that. He got tamed, but he ain't quit, you know. So shout out to him. Let's see what he do when he bounce back. I think Plant and Berlanga would be a good fight. Plant and Berlanga or Plant, Munguia, Berlanga. I think those are some good fights, man. I really do. So shout out to Edgar Berlanga. This ain't nothing big, man. Him and Tank going back and forth is pretty funny, though. It's always going to be funny. Tank be having these dudes pissed the hell off, man. I'm telling you. Combat sports, as long as they meeting their scheduled weights. I heard Edgar and Hollywood getting a star on the Walk of Fame after Canelo. You serious? Rima, or you just joke? I hope not. I mean, look, I ain't not even that I hope, but I don't. That's crazy. Damn, life changed after that, huh? All from cause he ain't get knocked out, I guess. Man, Don't tell me they serious, man. They about to get that man a star for real. Oh, he said he was playing. All right, but I about to say that because he been on his victory lap. Well, his not getting knocked out moral victory lap, making his runs. But look, I ain't mad at him. I think he can learn a lot from that fight. Hopefully he do. Like I said, him and Caleb Plant would be a good fight. They had their little run in, they little back and forth. I think it'd be a good fight. Him and Morrell. Morrell had some words briefly. I think that'd be another good fight. You know, let's see him. Let's see him because we ain't getting David and David, man. But I like to see who Berlanga gonna try to fight coming back. Ain't like he got, destroyed, right? He got beat up, but he ain't get, we seen worse. We seen a lot worse. But let's keep rolling, man. I heard prize reward. I heard crazy. Yeah, he getting that participation run is crazy. He on one now. I want to see Edgar and McGee down the line. Yeah. So with that being said, I think Edgar and Plant is a really good fight. I do, yo. I think Edgar and Plant is a good fight. Munguia about to fight. Forgot. Gotta look at my messages. I forgot who Munguia about to fight, but he got a fight coming up. Yeah, I think the part that you missing out, the only part that you keep missing out on is it also dangerous for the other fighter or just one? Is it dangerous for one guy or the other? And again, it's only dangerous when you're somewhere where you shouldn't be campaigning at, more than likely. You get what I'm saying? It's only dangerous for those guys that rehydrate to absurd amounts of weight. You get what I'm saying? And that's where the issue is at. So I understand the dangers. I get what you're saying, but you got to think of you essentially doing it anyway. You just taking a risk before the fight and reaping the benefits of taking that risk before the fight, because then you're allowed to blow up super big. So you get what I'm saying? So you put people at risk too when you're trying to juke the system in that regard. So that's how it go. You know what I mean? It's all about gaining an advantage. All right. If it wasn't an advantage, he wouldn't obviously be doing it. But the rehydration is not to gain an advantage. It's to make sure the other guy doesn't. And it's very simple, bro. It's very simple. I might get a star of Hollywood for acting like the best boxer in the world. I'm telling you, shout out to my guy, the phenomenal show, man. So and I'm fair, I'm logical, I'm realistic. So that's all that it's only a detriment to people that are already too big to be where they at. You know what I mean? Because if all it takes is for a clause for to have you all drained, then that tells you what? Time to take your butt up, Right. Got so much fights as age, stay active. He got a lot of fights. Lynn Powell, Jack Catterall, beat Dub's ass. Lynn Powell would be a good fight, man, if he was fighting him, but he ain't, unfortunately. But let's keep rolling, man. We gonna keep building, man. Something else I seen in the YouTube space, man. I meant to bring this up yesterday, but I didn't get to it. I see that Chrissy Eubank, man. They saying Frank Warren is going to sue Chris Eubank over this press conference rant. I don't know if y'all seen the press conference rant. Chris Eubank, he laid into these dudes, man. You know what I mean? He let them have it. Spoke his mind where it's at. Let me cue up the clip. That's the whole thing. My bad.
Chris Eubank Jr. is back. He takes on Camille Zaramata. We haven't seen Chris Eubank Jr. since I thought he put in a career best performance against Liam Smith. He's the only man I know that's been called out by everyone from 147 to 168 pounds. Chris, you're back, and it's good to see you back as well. New promotional team, new trainer for this camp as well. On the promotional team, you've chosen boxer. Why?
Why boxer? Because every other promoter out here is a scumbag. That's why. You know, we've got Frank Warren behind me, been lying and cheating his way through boxing for the last couple decades. Sued me for a couple $100,000 a few years ago, so obviously I was never going to go with him. You know, the guy's a scumbag. Kalle Sauerland, you know, had me locked up.
Speak up, I can't hear you.
Kalle Sauerland had, you know, had me locked up in a terrible contract for the last few years, squeezing money out of me at every opportunity. Scumbag. Eddie Hearn, Frank Smith, you know, they did everything they could to try and make this fight against Conor Ben still go ahead. Still go ahead.
Why do you fight Hamza Sharad, scumbag?
After knowing that they, you know, that he was on steroids. Scumbags, you know. I would say the only.
Why do you answer?
I would say the only promoter that I know for sure isn't a scumbag is His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. You know, this is a man who isn't trying to take money from fighters. He isn't trying to use lawyers and accountants to lock fighters up in slave contracts. He's a man of God. He's a man of religion. That's what's most important to the people of Saudi Arabia.
On his heart.
He just wants to put the biggest fights on, the best events on, and pay fighters what they're worth. And as a fighter, you know, it's a blessing to be a fighter at this moment of time, because this is the first time we've ever had a promoter like this in the history of boxing. Oh, and you know, Ben Shalom's a very cool guy too.
Man, he leaned into him, didn't he? Man, I got another one because Eddie Hearn. You know, Eddie Hearn, I believe, responded to Chris Eubank going off. He responded to him. So, yeah, man, I'm hearing he getting sued for this rant, but, you know, I don't know how far that's going to go. But, hey, look, man, I don't know. I'm not mad when people get outed. Like, speak your truth, bro. If they had you in the bad contract, doing you every which kind of way, and you calling them out, as long as what you saying is factual and you ain't just selling wolf tickets, I'm not mad at you. I mean, people need to be outed the way they be doing these fighters. You wonder what happened to him after getting one of his better wins of his career over Liam Smith, and why you ain't seen him in a while. But that's probably why, having promotional issues and things like that, having his ass on the sideline. So I don't know. The fact that he called Frank Warren out is pretty interesting, to say the least. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? I definitely ain't expect it. You know what I mean? But he on it. Frank Warren said, "Won't you fight Hamza Shiraz, you scumbag?" he tried to stick Shiraz on him, bro. You heard Frank Warren? Frank Warren tried to stick Hamza on him, like, bro, won't you fight him, scumbag? He like, bro, I ain't trying to hear none of that. Fight my guy, bro. Fight my guy. Fight my guy. You can't beat my guy, though. That's what he basically telling Chris, man. Fight my man, bro. Fight my man, G's. You want Chris Eubank to get his ass kicked, man. Make those off the table. So to the champ. Fight the person still. But boxing hacker still at it, huh? Yeah, bro, he said, hey, you ain't going without a fight. I'm boxing hacker. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I don't know what it's going to take, but if a guy has to get wrapped up, you know, like a damn, you know, some prepackaged meat or something, bro, just to make a weight, man, it's probably not the best idea to stay there, you know. Guys, Jay, my guy's scumbag, yeah. Yeah, so let's get to Eddie Hearn did have a response for I'm about to call him Connor Ben. Shout out to Dodge Jack. About to call him Connor Ben, but Chris Eubank. Let's hear what Eddie had to say.
We are here at the LetsBuild press conference. Very interesting press conference, Eddie. I know Coogan spoke to you for an extended period of time yesterday, so I won't keep you too long, but great press conference for a great undisputed light heavyweight title.
Yeah, for me, I think he's the best fighter in the sport. You know, two incredible champions. Just a thrilling fight. You know, I know that commercially there are a couple of bigger fights in the sport, but from a fight fan's perspective, this is really doesn't get any bigger than this. Two world champions fighting for all the belts, see who the best 175-pounder is in the world. We're backing, of course, our man Dimitri Bivol, but it's a 50-50 fight. Brilliant fight, and can't wait.
Spoke to Bivol earlier on today. I said, was you frustrated all kind of the years he's been with Matchroom and you've defended that title, but is this kind of a stereotypical fight that probably wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Riyadh season and His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh?
I think it maybe could have happened, but I don't think there's anything for sure. I mean, Dimitri suffered early in his career because he was very, very good, and obviously his profile wasn't that high. When we signed him, we had some huge nights with him, and more importantly, we got him the fight against Canelo Alvarez, you know, that changed his life forever. And he won the fight and, you know, really established himself as a superstar in the sport. And now that's given him the platform to land an opportunity on Riyadh season and a lot of money to be in one of the best fights in boxing. So this is his moment. You know, as he said, he's been boxing since he was 6 years old, and this is his chance to achieve the ultimate accolade in the sport.
You know what's coming, Chris Eubank Jr., press conference stage. No one got off lightly apart from Ben Shalom. You're a scumbag, Frank Smith's a scumbag, Frank Warren's a scumbag, and Alice Howland. What was you thinking when this
everybody's scumbag?
He wasn't very happy that he was on the bottom table down there. And I think he was probably put up to what to say, but I don't know. I mean, very strange. It'll be dealt with. And I think that's all we can say at the moment.
You must have been a little bit pissed off, though.
Honestly, like, the guy's a melt. I mean, really, like, he's...
That's what I heard, phenomenal.
Caramel Zero Meta. Like, his team are phoning me up, begging me to make the Conor Ben fight. So...
Tay was good, Brody.
You mentioned Conor Ben, obviously, when he referred to him as a scumbag.
Conor Ben's making him relevant, you know? And we'll see. We look forward to that fight. But first, I'm sure that'll be dealt with, and then we'll go from there.
Eddie, I haven't read this article, but I've been sent this Simon Jordan article.
So the threat Eddie said will be dealt with. Think he's talking legal talk, cuz
who have undermined free speech in this country and must respect our history and culture. Have you read the article? Have you seen that?
I saw the headline. I mean, I don't know what Simon Jordan's playing at, really. He kind of like wants to be this rogue hero of controversy. You know, he was sort of begging for a meet with His Excellency, and I don't believe the meet happened, and then wants to just go and, like, just create headlines. I mean, I just don't understand. When you say they need to respect our history and culture, that sounds racist to me. I mean, like, what do you mean, who they? I mean, what, the Saudis? What? So them coming over, listening to fight fans and giving our country probably the most historic boxing event we've ever had in our history, and making sure that every fighter on the card gets the opportunity to change their life forever. We've got to respect them. They've got to respect us. They're not allowed to do that. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know why. I don't get it. I mean, it's just these miserable people. Imagine these people indoors. How miserable these people must be. Like, all day they're moaning. Right? It's just enjoy what's happening to the sport. You want to see, you know, on one hand, you want to moan that great fights never happen. Oh, boxing, we never get the great fights. All of a sudden, you get the great fights, you get the great nights, and you're still moaning. And by the way, the people that are making the great fights and the great nights have got to respect our history and culture. Fuck off. I'm going to go.
One more. Last time you was on air with Simon Jordan and Jim White, it was very kind of respectful. It was nice. It didn't really get as feisty as it once had. Will you go on and to that show and kind of say...
He's not speaking negatively about me. He's speaking negatively about the movement in boxing. But he's not happy at any time. So, listen, I'm always up for going on. But listen, Simon, he wants the headlines. He's got them again. God bless. Best of luck to him. Cheerio.
They be mad. That Simon cat that they talking about, that's the dude where he interviewed Eddie Hearn, he getting his ass. But aside from that, man, that was him responding briefly to Conor saying it's gonna be dealt with. I guess they pursuing the legal route, but I mean, is that really gonna work based off what he said? He said they scumbags. He said they had him in a bad slave contract. I don't know, defamation. I don't know. That's kind of weak, but whatever. Boxing getting soft, man, with a capital T at the end. Soft. You know what I'm saying? With a capital T at the end, man. Suing for that is crazy. He just spoke his mind. I'm pretty sure you heard more than that. You know what I mean? You heard worse than that before, man. He kind of aired y'all out a little bit, man. Y'all not right. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't handling business, man. We were Frank Warren about Turkey people. Just haters. If you're making good fights, just be happy. That's where I'm at. Cheerio. You heard him. Good luck. Cheerio. You heard him, cousin. Cheerio. Just Chris Eubank publicly apologized, did he? And Frank Warren accepted the apology. He won't take him to court anymore. Okay. Salute the phenomenal. Okay, appreciate you, bro. So that's the end of that. So we ain't getting sued. Man, that's good because that was kind of weak, man. That wasn't enough. I didn't think that was enough. You know, I didn't think that was enough. I didn't think it was enough to try to sue him. But what do I know? Frank was like, man, hell nah, you can't. Frank says, you think you could talk to me like that? Nah, buddy, I got you. Say no more, G. Say no more. But aside from that, Chris Eubank a while back, he did state that he had a bit of a hit list though, because y'all know I'm always make it about the boxing, the legal stuff. I don't really care about that. You know, he do got a fight coming up, but he did name his hit list and some people that he would want to fight for sure. So I'm gonna play you. Don King would have dealt with that right after them cameras went off. Oh man, he said, write me a 150-word essay or call it even. You a fool. Chris Eubank did speak on his a bit of a hit list or a target list, however you want to put it. Some people that he would be interested in fighting. Obviously, if given an opportunity, I think I still got this in here. Where you at, Chris? Oh, all right, here we go.
For a year it's not ideal, but politics, promoters, business, this is all part of the sport, and you know, for whatever reason I haven't been able to get back in the ring. But now we're past all of that. I'm with Boxer, I'm with Sky Sports, and we have the platform and the schedule now to push on forward and make these huge fights over the next year.
Yeah, you've spoken about mega fights. Any little secrets you can give us then as to what might be around the corner?
You know what? I mean, there's no secrets. The amount of names I have on my hit list, it's incredible and it's exciting. Domestically, we have great fights. Conor Benn, Billy Joe Saunders, who I'd love to get my hands on. In the international seas, you know, Canelo, Crawford, any of the world title holders in the middleweight division, Lara. You know, the list is endless. And you know, now we have the platform and the freedom to go and make these fights. So over the next 12 months, watch this space.
Andy, to me, the two names that stand out there from those that Chris just mentioned would be Terence Crawford and Canelo. What fight would you like to see him in for?
I'd like to see him fight for a world title because he's been up and at that level for a long time now. It hasn't happened.
See him name some of the people that he want to fight. Look, the thing is, the back and forth aside, he got a fight coming up. He threw some names out there, man. Chris Eubank, all things real, pretty preserved in his career, man. Dude can make some entertaining fights nonetheless, man. Dude Crawford out there is a name. That would be interesting. We seen what him and Billy Joe Saunders look like the first time. I don't really too much care about that fight. But there's some other guys that he definitely can fight out there that'll make some, I think action fights, man. Because he only know one way. Chris Eubank be going for it in there. It's either you or him. He got that kind of mentality too. So I like it. But him and Crawford fighting would be crazy because Bomac actually had the opportunity to train Chris Eubank. And that would be strange. That's something I couldn't see, but I wouldn't be against it. I remember they reported it as a rumor with them fighting, and I think he reposted it on his page. So, although he might be interested, who knows? I don't see that type of fight coming up for Crawford, man. He said put his ass in the bathroom, like Brian's tail for 3. You a fool, bro. Bob Ever called Eddie Hearn, used car salesman, a liar, and a thief. Yeah, they be going there. You said he ain't had the same energy for Leonard. You know, I think they pieced it up. That's why. I think they them two, they made peace behind the scenes, bro. Leonard Ellerby and Eddie Hearn. Remember they was talking about slapping each other, or Leonard was talking about slapping Eddie and all that. Remember that? They was going back and forth for a minute, bro. Going back and forth for a little minute. Going back and forth for a little minute, man. Eddie Hearn and Leonard Ellerby making peace much better for the. Oh yeah, nah, it is. It is. That's what I got from them being in the video together. That's what I got from being in the video with each other. That's what I got. That's what I got from their little sit down, or they little not sit down, but they little brief interaction on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think about it, once upon a time, shout out to my guy D1. Once upon a time, Wilder he was at odds with Eddie Hearn too. Remember, he was saying his snake, he don't like him. In some kind of way, they've been able to come to terms and work together, right? So yeah, maybe Eddie ain't as bad as what some people say. I don't know. I never dealt with him, but at the end of the day, I think him and Leonard being on the same page definitely is good for boxing, I believe, because if they willing to work together, then that's just one less hurdle for people to have to worry about when it comes to making fights. So I think that's what they were able to do, man. Put their bullshit ass feelings to the side. Hey, I got bigger stuff to worry about. There's fights to be made, and ain't no money being in your feelings. You get what I'm saying? You can't make no money being in your feelings, especially in this boxing game. So we need all these dudes to be on point, working with each other so they could get these fights out there. You know what I'm saying? Facts over feelings are hard to argue with a person as entrenched in nonsense. Shout out to my guy Rob, man. You know it, man. All right, we'll see. We will see, man. We're gonna see what it is moving forward, man. So let's keep rocking, man. Let's keep rocking. Something else I came across too, man, that I was gonna touch on briefly. I know we be talking about Canelo a lot, right? And how he move and the things that he doing is just, you know, kind of weak. And you kind of figure out when it's going to catch up to him. I got to find out. I got to find where I got it at. Where the post where Mauricio Sulliman is saying that Canelo is going to end up being stripped of the WBC title if he doesn't fight. Did he say that? Let me look at my notes. It's David Benavidez, I think. This should be interesting because I didn't expect no Mauricio Sulliman to put any type of pressure on Canelo to fight anybody. And if that's something that he's doing, that's a change of pace from what we've been seeing. Yes, Benavidez will be officially named. Yeah, but we heard this before, but let's see if he really stands on what he's saying in terms of stripping him for this WBC belt. We see he already down the IBF belt. Shout out to my guy Najee from Cigar Talk. When he asked him about the IBF strap, Canelo said he didn't give a damn too much about that. But I wonder if he's put in a situation where it's either fight or be stripped, would he be willing to fight or just give up that WBC belt? Something tells me, man, he'll just get a belt up because I think he's so entitled, so arrogant, so full of himself at this point that he just ain't gonna allow nobody to force him to do nothing he ain't want to do. So I mean, this could be a good, interesting change of pace. Them actually putting pressure on him to fight somebody that he should fight would be different, much different than what he's been able to, you know, what he's been doing as of lately. So let's see. It's not the biggest of deals, but it is something to think about, man. Moving forward, if this dude, because you know, I think these other guys at 68 should be allowed to fight for titles and call themselves champions, and if they can't do it, they can't do that if he's gatekeeping belts while he's selecting who he wants to fight on his, you know, his pre-retirement run, because that's pretty much what it is. Canelo on a pre-retirement run by selectively handpicking any more, you know, inexperienced guys and just, you know, beating them up. No disrespect to any opponent, but that's pretty much what he's doing, and that's what he's going to continue to do. But my question is, I wonder, you know, is that how much does he value that WBC belt? Because we know he didn't give a damn, like I said, about the IBF, but I wonder, is the feelings the same with the WBC belt? And maybe when it comes, if push comes to shove and they telling him he got to fight somebody to keep that title, he probably will let it go. He probably will let it go, let people fight for it until he sees somebody worth fighting and then try to win it back. Who knows? But like I said, it's interesting to see the WBC trying to put some type of pressure on him and some responsibility for him to fight somebody. So we'll see, man. We'll see what it look like moving forward for King Nello or Clint Nello, depending on who you are. We'll see how everything shake out for him. Yeah, stupid. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, crazy. Let's keep rolling, man. Let's keep rolling, man. So, something else I ran across, man. I meant to bring this up, but it was from a couple days ago. I see Kid Austin and his pops. And his pops doing an interview. And you know who they was talking about. None other than Tank Davis, man. I'm gonna let y'all hear what Auntie Sco, as Greg Hackerby called him. I'm gonna let y'all hear what Auntie Sco had to say about Tank, man. And again, they can't. Listen, I understand that at this point, Tank is the top guy. If you at 135, you're gonna find reasons to bring his name up. But you know, it gets to a point where it does get redundant, you know. But let's hear what Papa Sco had to say, man.
Because it's a different thing once he get hit. Tank sit there and watch him spar. That's another thing. I said I'm never going to. I feel like my comments, they don't get to me, but that comment a little got to me because it's like, who is this kid? Like, okay, now you're being fake because he seen me spar Robert Easter Jr. He seen me going there and train. He fucking worked out with him holding his. Yeah, exactly. We was working out together, running the mountains, Mount Charleston. So it's like, really? All right.
Wow. So he tried to hit you with the Mayweather. I don't know this kid.
Bro, who's that? Yeah, he tried to like, who is this kid? I'm like, okay, cool.
Right. Yo, you said that
Tank hurt his feelings.
I can't remember if it was you, Kid, or if it was you, Senior, but one of you guys mentioned something about you know, you're coming in the ring to fight, and some of these other guys are just coming in to box. Now, I know what you meant by that. Like, I totally know what you meant by that. But can you just kind of explain that, like, the difference in that mentality, or at least try and explain your? I mean, I know you can't speak.
Tim, what's good with it? Tim Layton in the building. Shout out to my guy.
For other people, but just try and explain your mentality when it comes to fighting in the ring.
If you haven't, make sure your notifications on. Let's keep building. We're going to cook for a little bit longer, man.
Versus, you know, someone who is just going in there looking to box. I assume when you say that, you kind of mean he's just trying to win points and get up out of there.
Now, if you look at the modern fighter, let's use Shakur, for example. Shakur was a great amateur. Amateur fighting is totally different from professional fighting.
Sure.
Amateur fighting, so to say, is boxing. That's why Shakur don't got a lot of power, but he'll outpoint you, he'll move, he'll do this and leave unscathed because that's boxing. He know the science of boxing, hit and not get hit, everything else like that. But then if you look at Henry Armstrong and Sugar Ray Robinson, they was in there, they was fighting almost every 2 weeks. So they was fighting. They were trying to knock the person out as fast as possible so they got another fight in 2-3 weeks to bring in more money. So it was a difference. They was in there trying to break somebody's eye socket out, opposed to just outpoint them and run. So that's the difference. Most of these guys have good amateur backgrounds, and so they still in their love tapping. You look at their fight.
Not for nothing, man. This dude be talking about a lot of damage, breaking eye sockets, jaws, noses. I ain't saying his son ain't never did that to nobody, but not in the fights we be watching. You got to be careful because he been getting himself cut, so you got to be smart. You know, you don't want to be them cuts to be an issue moving forward. William Old School, my guy, was good with it. Doberman, I was having Cal, you a fool, bro.
Their opponent don't even come out without a black eye. How is that really fighting? So that's just boxing. Fighting, if they come in with us, there's gonna be some blood. There's gonna be some lumps. People gonna have a rough night. And that's the difference.
Is that a mentality difference though, or is that more of a style? That you know what I'm saying? Like obviously, someone who's boxing off the back foot, they probably not gonna accumulate as much damage as someone who's coming forward. So is it more of a style thing, or is it your actual mentality?
It could be training. I think it could really be training. Like some of their coaches don't know how to program them to do that. All of this is training because the mentality comes with the training too. Also.
Oh no, I have to disagree on that because you can have that mentality for that first 2 rounds, but you realize you came to fight and this other person came to fight. Just because you got that mentality, don't mean you got the heart. Like
will still any day them guys have that will and they just coming and coming and coming. And this guy, I don't know. I say that, I would say, what would you say?
I say for me, it's just mental. And you got to have that heart in you because at the end of the day, you might go in there, you might think, oh yeah, you going to fight this boxer. He just going in there to look pretty, but you don't know how he been training. He actually can get down and he's a dog. So if you going in that ring, like, yeah, I'm going to fight him, but you don't got it in your heart, it's going to end up going out later in the round. So I just feel like if you got the heart in you, you just gotta
be developed to go to war like that.
Yeah, it's a fight. You ain't in there to look cute because once all that cute stuff go out the window and you ain't got nothing else, and it's time to actually fight.
Well, I know as far as
yeah, but sometimes you go out there to fight and somebody give you a boxing lesson, so you got to find a balance. And I hear all of that. That shit sound good. Like everybody, you ain't gonna just be able to force to fight right away. Some people gonna box you and take your ass to school. So like I said, you better be prepared to do both. There's gonna be times where there's people that you gotta fight and box and mix it up on the fly. Like it ain't gonna just be, oh, you going in there and bum rushing and bulldozing and trying to be overly aggressive and overpower your man. Some people ain't going for that. And you're gonna have to be a lot more creative in your approach than just going in there trying to fight, as they call it.
My dad program does that. That boxing ain't a sport. Boxing is actual combat. It's actual. Somebody is getting paid to go in there and try to kill you, or to damage you as much as possible, and the crowd is gonna clap. Even if you die in that ring, they're gonna cheer and they're gonna holler and be happy for a little while. So he said, don't get caught up in this sport aspect. This is gladiators right here. So gotta have a mind like I don't want to say this because people are like, oh, he going in there trying to kill somebody, but you gotta have that mind like, yo, I gotta get in there and stop this person. So because the more punches people take, the more it's gonna affect them later on in life. They're gonna lose their memory later on, or they're gonna lose something in their body. Every punch take out something and kill cells. Now, if people really realize that these boxers, they won't be playing, and it will become a mentality that when I go in this ring, I might not see my family again. So for us, it's a mentality.
Yeah. Well, I asked just because I know there are, there are some slick boxers who do have a killer mentality like that. Obviously, I feel like, Pretty Boy Floyd had that. Terrence Crawford, I think, currently has that. But I definitely know what you're talking about when you draw that comparison. But having said that, there is another fighter. We talked about him already. His name has come up a couple times, who I do think has that mentality that you're talking about, and that's Tank, right? Like, I don't think Tank goes in the ring looking to play games. I think he's looking to hurt people. What's that?
He don't got that mentality.
No, he doesn't?
He only got that mentality against guys he know he could beat.
Look when he
that it was stacked. Yeah, look at him fighting Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz is like a C-level fighter. Your mind is big. So come on, no, once he has somebody on his ass, it's a whole different ball game for Tank. We watched Tank get stopped. We worked multiple times. So it's like Come on, he's not a threat. Tank is like that.
In Miami, if y'all
Oh no, once he has somebody on his ass, it's a whole different ball game. But take it only if you scared him. It was like Mike Tyson. Remember Mike Tyson? As long as everybody was scared him, Mike Tyson was knocking everybody out. But mentally, they already lost. But as soon as Buster Douglas got his ass in there and had to fight because his mama died, and everybody saying what happened to Tyson, then suddenly everybody started knocking Tyson out. They realized he's a man. He's not a threat. Now, with Tank, everybody caught in this illusion of his power or threat, but they never go to his body. They never check him in the chest with hard, straight rights and break him down. So it's like, Tank haven't fought nobody yet, and we hope that he will fight.
There's a lot of Tank meat fans out there.
A lot of Tank, take that out there, a lot of Tank meat fans? Yeah. What's that?
Tank meat, you know what he's talking about.
Yeah, M-E-A-T. Meat. Oh, I didn't know that.
I knew what you meant, kid. I knew what you meant. There's he got a lot of people riding him, basically, is what you're getting at. So but you don't look at Tank like that. Like you don't. I mean, I feel like as a competitor, right? As a fellow athlete, a fellow competitor, I think other athletes can look at other athletes and say, yeah, he's actually pretty good. You know, like I give him some credit, even though you might not want to. I do think athletes can look at other athletes and know, yeah, that guy's good and he's going to be a good challenge. Do you even look at Tank like he's a good challenge, or do you look at him like, nah, he's garbage? Like I can do some damage to him.
How I think of it is, I don't do all the talking and whatnot. I don't know that man from a can of paint like that. I don't know what's in him. But at the same time, it's like, come show me. Like, come show me you got it. You know, then we can decide if you got it in you or not. Cause
I know he don't got it in him. Me personally, because I like when Elijah Pierce fought him, and that thing that revived me, I was there. Floyd was only 12. I've been seeing Tank in camp since little, seeing his vulnerability, seeing the punches he get hit with, that he still to this day can't block certain things. So I see so much of Tank in his flaws that I know he's not a threat for us at all. He's like a Sonny Liston to Ali. He's gonna get stopped easy, and
that's
his team knows
that's
that.
BS.
Tank is the kind of Tank used to be fast. Now, I'm not saying Tank don't got skill. Tank is the greatest fighter to me right now around this division. And our job, we saying we the greatest fighter of all time. We have to fight the best.
Yeah, so don't get it.
So don't get it sense of like I'm not saying Tank ain't a threat for everybody else.
Right.
Number one, we gotta mentally stay in the threat like Tank ain't doing nothing to us to manifest that. So there's no other way that I could be. So I don't want people to be too cocky, too this.
You would be weird if you go in there, yeah, Tank's gonna knock me out, you know, I'm just going there and get a check. Like, no, that's weirdo activity. We feel like we can be and you're supposed to feel that way. I mean, like Mayweather said, if you feel like you can't beat everyone in this room, you're in the wrong sport.
That's right. True. That's very true. That's very true. I mean, I hear everything that you're saying. I agree with you, Senior. I have actually seen a few different sparring sessions with Tank. And at times he does look beatable in sparring. But when them lights, you know, when them lights are on fight night, he performs well. And that's the only reason why I asked you that experience question earlier, you know, the being patient and just getting ready for a fight like that. Like, do you kind of feel like that matters? You know, I mean, we saw it in the Edgar Berlanga fight. I do think that happened. We saw it when Canelo fought Floyd. You know, once you get on that big stage, it's almost like it's a different level. Even though fighting's fighting, it's almost like it's a different level. So
we've been on a big stage.
Right, Ty.
This is his second main event.
You've never been on the stage that it would be fighting Tank Davis. Respectfully, I don't understand why you keep saying you've been on the stage. You haven't been on that stage where you come out, all eyes is on you and that guy that you fighting as a main event. That's an event when you fight Tank Davis. Nobody that he's fought has come remotely even close to that. No card that he's fought on is going to replicate or duplicate, in my opinion, what it'd be like fighting Tank Davis when it's you versus him at the main event. Everybody, you know, tuned in and waiting for something to happen. Like, I just don't think you fought on that stage quite yet. And I think that's just being fair.
Ortiz on the Ryan Garcia cards. co-main on these cards. So we've been on those big stages. You can't get
a co-main and being a main event with Tank Davis is much different. Ryan Garcia, that shit ain't the same. No, none of these dudes quite bring the attention that he bring when it's time to fight on fight night. They don't do it. Nobody you name, no cards you've been on, respectfully.
no bigger than the stages we've been on.
I mean, it's okay to think like that, but I don't
on a
think you're right.
PBC card, and so we've been on all the stages that could be there. Yeah, that's an excuse. I know Tank can't beat him. Like, I don't know what else to say to people. I'm trying to give Tank a chance because once he get his grown man strength, I feel bad for people in 2 years when his body get fully developed. So I'm giving Tank a chance. Tank know at 135.
He giving Tank a chance is crazy.
Tank is naturally 180. So he's fighting.
No, he not naturally 180. Damn, see what I be saying? Like, it be all good until you just start making shit facts. Damn, he naturally 180. God damn, bro. That man is 5'5.5". If he 180, that means he overweight. He's not naturally 180. What the hell? You giving Tank a chance is crazy, dude. Oh my goodness, man. Look, I respect the confidence, man, but you gotta still be realistic. He ain't fought nowhere near the level of what Tank Davis would be. It nothing. Nobody close. Nobody remotely close. No co-mains. No undercards, and no Ryan Garcia. None of that shit will compare to fighting Tank Davis, bro. You supposed to feel like you can beat him. I ain't tripping off that. That's what you're supposed to say. Anything less than that, I think you bugging. But saying he naturally 180 is crazy, bro. That's crazy. This dude is crazy.
He's not 180 pounds.
No. In Miami,
got on the scale.
In Miami, they weigh you before sparring, and they weigh you the same day. Literally, step on the scale 176.
I'm telling you, he also ran 180. So him fighting at 145, he's 40 pounds dehydrated. But everybody wants to aim for this big cranium that built to take those punches. So come on, Tank.
Tank never had a six-pack in life. You never see Tank weigh in with a six-pack.
Like, every time you say the sparring matches usually is hard for him because
these jokers talking about weighing in with 6-packs, bro.
They his size, his weight.
I seen Timothy Bradley have every muscle that a man can have. A 6-pack. Timothy Bradley probably had an 8 or a 10-pack. Yeah, every muscle you could have. And that man had a total of 13 knockouts and wasn't knocking shit out at all. Like, yeah, that's wild. Talking about a 6-pack, and when you talking about competition, it's crazy. That's exactly why Tank gonna knock his little young ass out if they was to ever fight. He too damn young and immature and inexperienced. Y'all just think y'all can go in there and fight everybody. Yeah, that boxing is cute. I notice the only people that say that shit is people that can't box like that. You think you're gonna go in there and be jumping in and out. You're gonna jump yourself right into one of them punches. That man gonna send your ass right where you don't want to be at. All that sparring, all them fucking sparring stories starting to really annoy me. I support the kid. I rock with him. But them sparring stories, you could take that shit and shove it, bro. I'm not being sold on those sparring stories. I seen him fight guys. You talking like his power is more superior than Tank's. I don't see that as well. I just don't see it when I see him fight. And again, it's not just power. It's the way you set it up. It's technique, torque on the punches, right punch placement, timing, all the stuff that come with experience, man. Tank is a damn a calculated killer in there. Not some, young ass, overly aggressive young boy. No disrespect, but that's not what he is. That shit will get you slept against him. Man, the most that'll do with a Tank Davis fight, you might get a couple oohs and ahs from the crowd until you pick up on what you're doing. And after that, you will be on the time clock just like everybody else. I'm not going for that. You're going to have to you just don't have enough tools at this point. Your game is not refined enough. And I could hear it in the way y'all approaching fights. Y'all approaching fights from a very physical standpoint. And we know how mental boxing is. Until I see him master the mental aspect of the game and not just being young, aggressive, jumping in and trying to just overwhelm your guy. Sometimes you just got to be a guy. Learn how to swim without getting wet. You can't put yourself in the fire all the time. Like it's levels, man. It's levels, and I don't think I'm tripping when I say they not on his level. Y'all could try to knock him and break down how he fight, the mistakes he makes. Say y'all see all the flaws. But you got to show me that shit in the ring. I'm tired of hearing these sparring stories. You making your son sound like he's some damn defensive genius and wizard. He was in the ring with Shakur. Shakur couldn't hit him at all. He was in the ring with Tank. He beat Tank up, and you seen Tank get stopped in sparring and knocked out and all this, man. All these damn sparring stories. Some shit should translate over into the ring is all I'm saying. Them sparring stories be getting on my damn nerves. I ain't trying to hear them no more.
Upcut moved up, what, 1 or 2 weight classes to fight him? Yeah,
Leo, yeah.
A small fighter. Then they said, well, what about Barrios? I love Barrios. He's in the gym with us mostly every day, but Barrios not an A-level fighter. So it's
y'all not A-level fighters. Y'all not A-level fighters neither.
like, and Barrios made the mistake. Barrios
was a weight trainer.
Yeah, they had a weight clause on Barrios. They had a weight clause on Ryan. So they didn't fight them fair and square neither.
Yeah, they fought him fair and square. He just made sure they didn't rehydrate 20, 30 pounds more than them. If y'all can't make peace with that, then too damn bad. And he knocked both of their asses out. Barrios got knocked out, and Ryan got his kidney punched halfway out his back.
So it's like, come on, y'all putting him on his ability to do this. He didn't do it fair and square. Man to man against these dudes. They step on the scale and they hydrate where they're going to hydrate and they fight. But that ain't the playing field.
You know what I'm saying, Ryan? Shout out to my guy.
Hey, but then you got to ask also their
Fact, see, they all beat him. They all beat him right now. He said dumber than a rock Smothers.
Me personally, like, if a man is like sending spies to somebody camp, you know, wanting a weight clause, like, how can you respect that? Like,
he's scared.
Like, if I want to fight you, I want to fight you at your best. So when I beat you, like, I got 100% of you. I don't want you, you know, to have an excuse. So I just feel like
it says spies to see what you're working on. That take the fun out of guessing the problem. That's the chess match of boxing. You guess the problem, they make adjustment, you make the adjustment. Sending somebody in the camp, it's his rib hurt. That's corny. That's scary. People do that.
Nah, smart people do that. You know, smart people do that. If I'm boxing and I got an opportunity to know what the hell going on with you in camp, it ain't got nothing to do with being scared. See, that's that young way of thinking. It's a young way of thinking, bro. If you sloppy and somebody, you know, was able to tell me what you got going on in camp, how you training, how you looking and all that, your rib hurt, that's on your goofy ass. It don't got nothing to do with being scary. You know what I mean? You doing your homework. I don't think that's being scary. I think it's being smart.
Right. A confident person ain't sending no, they training your hardest and we going to fight. I don't care what you do in your camp.
Bro.
Just come in on weight and we meet.
You get what I'm saying,
That's what
Cuzzo?
men do. That other shit is weird shit. That's that YouTube shit.
Telling.
That ain't real fighters. Yes, Tank got power, but who had Tank for a level on his thing that he didn't put a weight clause on and they have a fair fight?
Oh, and what? It was like, he looked like skeleton.
Because he had a weight clause on him too. It was nobody that he got to fight fair and square. So we don't care what knockouts he got for the fans. Because we ain't taking the weight clause.
Well, I was about to say, well, what if they do come? What if they did present a fight to you and said, okay, you wanted it, you got it, but we got this weight clause in there.
We contractors. We work for ourselves. We 1099. So we the A side to us.
Right, Mo. Never.
Joint venture with 2 promoters. And we our own bosses. So we could tell them, fuck yourself, no. Sorry for the curse word, but we could tell them that immediately.
That's how we roll here.
Money. We don't need the money. So it's like, and he got plenty of time to get all adults and make all the money. So no, we're not taking no weight clause. His frontal cortex still developing.
My thing is, this weight clause stuff is just too much garbage put into it. He hasn't put a weight clause on anybody that fought him at 135. You want to fight him, you at the weight class, put yourself in position and fight him. Stop throwing all these hypotheticals, thinking you got to put a weight clause on you. Let me find out you another one shrinking down to a small weight, and you should be a weight class or 2 up. Because that's the only people complaining about weight clauses. If y'all so good, if Tank ain't shit, if you see all the flaws, if you see him get stopped and knocked out and all this shit, you should be able to beat him under any circumstances because you're talking way too confident for me. Your son that you keep for frontal cortex, I don't want to hear none of that shit. Your son is not developed enough to beat none of these people that he chasing at the top, in my opinion. You basing your son beating these dudes in real life based off sparring sessions with these guys. That shit don't make sense, man. He's not fought nowhere near the level of competition of some of these dudes, man. Like, he not there yet, respectfully, and he won't get there if you stun his growth trying to throw him in there with somebody like Tank. I respect it. You supposed to say he could win Jay Grant. Shout out to you, bro. You could say that, yeah, it's him. You could say that all you want, man. But fact of the matter is, he got ways to go before you get to that championship level. You yourself said he like 2 years or something away like that. All right, then. Let's, you know what I mean? Be realistic. But everything you speak of when it comes to Tank or these other fighters that's more accomplished, it's always said with some salt coming out your mouth. Nobody get credit. You downplay everything these dudes do. Meanwhile, you haven't done none of what they've done. So if they ain't challenged themselves, if he ain't fought no A-level fighters and he fought 30 times, who the hell are y'all fighting? And y'all got like 17 fights. Who y'all fighting? What A-level fighters are y'all fighting? I'm tired of this level shit, man. Everybody always talking about levels, but they'll never go into detail. So what level of competition are you fighting? The last time, it's funny how you could sit here and talk about levels and, you know, he ain't fought this A level, but when somebody asked you about your son's level of competition, you caught an attitude. You caught an attitude and didn't want to answer the question. Come on, man. Dang, that's the shit that be pissing people off and turning people off. You quick to call somebody this level, that he ain't fought no A level. I specifically remember you getting interviewed and a guy asked you a fair question about what do you think about your level of competition that your son faced this far. You did everything but answer the question. You caught an attitude and some more shit. You try to make him seem like it was a bad question, but you literally telling us what level of opposition somebody else fought. But you can't even identify the level of opposition your son fought. And when somebody asks you that question, it was stupid. I don't want to hear that. I like him. I support him. Some of that shit he be saying be pissing me off. I'm tired of everybody trying to say, oh, because he didn't box, they don't know what they taught. You didn't box either, bro. You didn't box either. I'm tired of hearing all this, man. All this, you sound like casuals when you sit here keep talking about power, 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 power. You missing it with Tank. You keep talking about his power. The interviewer ain't said one thing about his power. It is you keep talking about it. His power, power, power. My son, breaking jaws, breaking noses, breaking eye sockets. Where? What fights is in the gym? God damn, dude. This is how people jump off the bandwagon. You turning people off. From all due respect, you turn people off because everybody, you slight everybody and try to shine a light on your son while shitting on everybody else. That don't work. All these other fighters is more accomplished. You shit on Devin, shit on Tank, shit on Shakur. They all more accomplished. You just think because your son's strong, he got muscles, he gonna get in there and just beat everybody? He didn't show me he more skillful than none of these dudes you talk about, and Devin included. That shit is weird to me, man. Y'all over there with Oscar De La Hoya, who know he ain't trying to put your son in there with none of them guys that y'all clout chasing. That shit is absurd, bro. That shit is weird to me. Yeah, his son is good. He got a ways to go. He got some talent, skill. He worked hard as hell. I believe he's going to be successful because of that. You got him on the right track. Y'all doing the right thing. But I just don't like to hear a whole bunch of salt and slight when you're speaking about guys that are far more accomplished and put on way more than your son have. He hoped to be a 3-division champion. He hoped to do that. He hoped to become undisputed. You get what I'm saying? He hoped to be one of the biggest ticket sellers. All that shit that you slighting these dudes for doing, he hope he be there someday. He hope he be in these dudes' shoes and had the accolades. So that's all I'm saying. Build the sport up. Stop keep finding where I think his power is this. It ain't power. It's more. Tank will tell you himself. It ain't just his power. He will tell you that. It's how you throw the punch. Punch placement. We know what it is. It's more than just having power. But again, you missed it. You missed it if you think that's all he is power. Damn, man. Like the dude ain't perfect. Neither is your son. You see all these flaws, but y'all dudes won't go fight him. I ain't trying to hear it, man. We'll see when it's time to fight, man. Y'all better not lose no time soon. You better not have no rough fight or off night. None of that. Because the last time you ain't knocked somebody out, y'all was full of excuses. Keep talking about this power, man. You making it seem like this the hardest puncher in boxing. I don't see that shit when I see he's strong. Strong, no doubt. He's a strong kid for sure. But I don't think he punching the way you making it seem. He not. Superman, what it do, my guy? Yeah, that's why they be calling him that. I mean, we ain't drinking water, was energized enough to do a standing back from him, didn't even put his bottle. That's what I'm saying, man. It was shit on everyone, but try to make a fight with no one. Yeah, that shit, I don't like that. I don't like it. Yeah, Oscar know what's up. Mike Kirkland, what it do, bro? How you feeling? Oscar is a fighter. He been around the game. He knows, so he rough around the edges. You ain't refined your game enough, and you don't have nearly enough experience to beat Tank. You're not even in touch with reality. You're comparing the shows and the cars that you've been on to Fight and Tank. That shit is so disingenuous. It's foolish. It really is. You so much. It's like on one end, you be telling them you love him and you like him and you rock with him and he good. Keep winning. That's why y'all want to fight him because he the top guy. And then on another end, you be shitting on him. It's weird as hell to me. It's weird. Like, I don't get it. Like, which one is it? Is the guy good or what? Like, damn, everything he do. Nah, y'all think he got power. Nah, he's not knocking out this. Nah, he didn't fight that one. Nah, he's not doing this. Nah, y'all think he's like this. Y'all think he's a book. Nah, we know it. 30 times that man proving it. Your son got a long way to go, bro. No fight that he's ever been in is anywhere near that stage. And the fact that you saying it is wild to me. That lets me know that you're not keeping it all the way a buck. No stage is like fighting Tank. It's not the same thing. That shit is not the same, bro. Talking about being co-main events or being on somebody undercard. You comparing that shit to being the guy that's going in there against Tank and being the main event where everybody on their feet waiting for y'all to fight. That shit ain't the same, man. That shit is not the same. Mr. Empire, what it do, my guy? How you feeling? About Tank is only power. You get me? I say that all the time when people do that. When they just talk about Tank and his power, they definitely lost. Mike Kirkland, what it do, my bro? How you feeling? At the very least, they should fight Abdullah. But they saying Abdullah, Cheney, he can't take no punches. Shakur couldn't hit him. Tank not good. They seen him get stopped. So everybody just some overrated ass champions again. I'm telling you, bro. The more he talks, the more attention they bring to himself, which is probably what he want. But the more pressure you put on your son to perform. People are going to be expecting to see the best fighter in the world because that's what your selling point is. And I'm not knocking you, but just understand what come with that. And I'm rooting for Floyd. I'm still support him. I rock with him. But I just hate that mentality that we got to shit or tear down guys that we want future fights with and expect them to want to do business with you when you sitting up here not only clout chasing, but you slighting everything you do. You know what I'm saying? Why even be bothered with you like a little nuisance? You just keep talking. You know what I mean? And he ain't. When he's a 3-division champion, wake me up. When he's undisputed, wake me up. When he must see TV and knocking out damn near everybody they put in front of him, outboxing guys and being the show, tap me and let me know about it. But until then, I don't think you can slight all these guys for their position. You know what I'm saying? These dudes doing very well from themselves, from Devin to Shakur to Tank. Them some of the most accomplished fighters in boxing, man. They on top of their game, for better or for worse, whether you like it or not. Those dudes are the cream of the crop at the end of the day. I mean, shout out to everybody in the building, man. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button, man. Shout out to everybody that joined the raffle. We play the raffle one more time. Just in case anybody's unaware, you can join the raffle for $10. We got 3 prizes from the Kenichi Bear headphones, Ninja Brand air fryer, or the Apple iPad, man. Best of luck to everybody, and we appreciate everybody that supports.
It's time for another raffle brought to you by the JBT. Our first item is a new 10th generation iPad with a liquid retina display which shows off beautiful color and has plenty of power for all your handheld computing needs. Great for work, play, or just movies on the go. How much is it to enter, you ask? Just $10. Or you can catch the deal with 3 entries for just $25. It's easy to enter. Just cash app your entries to $JBT Network 1. That's $JBT Network 1. Our second item is a set of Kenichi Bear Bluetooth noise canceling headphones. Great for gaming, movies, or travel. As the second prize in this great raffle. Our third item is a Ninja brand air fryer. Great for all your air frying needs. Cooking healthy with the JBT. So send your entries via Cash App to JBT Network 1. That's JBT Network 1. $10 each or 3 for $25. Put raffle on the comment line and you are entered.
What's that? Who's that? What's that? Who's that? Who's that, baby? Who's that? Who's that? Ma. Crazy. Shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland, Judah Vision, my guy. What's good with Mike Kirkland? Always putting that color in the chat, supporting the grind. Appreciate you, my guy. Shout out to everybody in the building, and much love.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Say what's up? Say what happening, y'all? Say what's happening, yo? You crazy. You crazy. Boom. All right. Say peace. Say peace. Say peace, Godmom. Say how you doing? She said, what's up in the chat. Say what's up, yo? Come on, man. What you trying to do? Who's that? Who's that big head boy? Who's that big head? All right, yeah, my bad. I'm back. Shout out to the chat. Much love. Y'all know he had to get his 5 minutes of fame, man. I had to get his 5 minutes. Shout out to the fan, man. Much love to y'all. Man, baby do always be in here. He be back here tripping, y'all. Tripping. Hold on, man. So, yeah, he got a do fro. You know it. I call that mad scientist hair that he got. But, man, just to wrap up for today, man, because we had a good build as always. It's unfortunate they killed about an hour or so of my live with shooting down these fights. I had a nice breakdown with the Davids, man, the two Davids. Unfortunate we not getting that fight now. But like I said, sounds like Jesse Hart is not completely on board with the Benavidez fight yet either. So maybe they could fight each other. Who knows? But we'll see. We got some good action coming up tomorrow. We got a good card, good top rank ESPN card. Bruce Carrington. You got Alicia Bumgarner coming back. Yeah, she got a fight coming up. Delphine Persoon. Some good action, man. Some good fights for tomorrow, man. I might call them, man. I might sit here and call the fights with y'all. I like them ESPN cards, man. They be nice and smooth, man. Nice and smooth. But, man, hopefully, man, as long as the two Davids at 75, I got hope that fight will be made. Let's see if David Benavidez get in there with Jesse Hart. Very experienced veteran. Been around the block. Like I said, ton of experience, and it's going to be a good fight for him if that's the guy he could get in there. Because I think, any more, fights before he get to a Beav or a better Beav winner would be good for him. If he can get one more fight in before that, that'll be good. Because, the winner of that fight, there's no ducking. If you going towards that smoke, there's no such thing as a duck if you try and fight them. He said he's willing to fight Morrell. He said he gave people his word. He's going to be a man of his word. I believe him. I don't think he's gonna duck. It's just a matter of time. Morrell is pressing him in the Instagram stories. I like the energy from his side because it makes me feel like if you can work a deal out with Jesse Hart, that might really leave that fight on the table for y'all. Who knows? But let's see what's to come of it. Tank and Berlanga beef is funny, man. Tank just be pissing the neighborhood off with the bare minimum. That man tweet and delete be pissing people off. His tweet and delete game on another level. Shout out to Tank. Shout out to Benavidez and Jesse Hart for kind of shooting down any potential rumors. Now we got to start over. Let's see what they got for us tomorrow. But this one, they kind of killed at least a good hour in my live with shooting down. This good news, man. Because I thought we had some good fights between, the David and David would have been it, man. That's a fight we need, bro. We have to get that one, So Yeah, the battle, I think it's going to happen too, because I do. We got the Victor Timely from. Shout out to the Queen Aisha. Appreciate you as always, Queen. Much love to the Queens, always supporting your guy. We're going to keep building. Y'all know how we do. One brick at a time. We're going to keep doing what we doing, man. And I think that's it. Oh, real quick. One more thing. Eddie Hearn. He gave his thoughts on Joshua. I just wanted to speak on this real
Joshua,
quick.
is he happy to take the rematch next?
Yeah, it's the only thing he'll want.
Oh, really?
If you look at the Ruiz defeat, straight into rematch. Everyone said, don't take the rematch. Took the rematch, won every round. You look at the Usyk fight, don't take the rematch. Performed much better, but lost. This is a really, really important decision because we can't afford to get this decision wrong. This is a very important moment for his career. And as I said to him on the phone, you've probably got between 1 and 3 fights left. And it went a bit quiet and kind of realised he's blind. We're on the home straight. We really are. And, you know, as I said before, I can't even give you any excuses. You know, yeah, he performed badly on the night, but listen, Dubois was brilliant. But I can't tell you he didn't look good in training. He didn't look good in sparring. He looked fantastic. So he wants to put it right. And I believe his first choice would always be the rematch.
And I just wanted to play that because you see, I like the fact that he kept it real with Joshua. He said a little more than I expected him to say there. He told him, look, you probably got 1 to 3 more fights left at the most. So our next decision got to be a smart one. So if that's the case, I don't see why a Dubois fight would be something that he should pursue. I think he should take one more crack at trying to rebuild and see where he can go from there if he has the luxury to do that. But when you say you got between 1 and 3 fights left, maybe it's just all big fights or bust. Maybe you just completely maximize your earning potential on the way out the door. You know what I'm saying? I do like the fact that you kept it real with him. He ain't got a ton of fights left after losing 4 times, being knocked out twice, especially brutally in his last time, being outboxed twice. So, you know what I mean? He been unified heavyweight champion twice. He ain't got a lot to prove, man. He accomplished a lot. So, shout out to Anthony Joshua. Let's see what he do next. Let's see what's next for him. But, you know, Chris Eubank, good thing him and Frank Warren pieced it up. He won't be getting sued. But Chris Eubank can make some good fights moving forward. Yeah, I think so for sure. And let's see, finally, if the WBC stand firm and they really put Canelo in a position where he got to fight a guy like David Benavidez or be stripped, because I think they still got him ranked at 68. So we'll see what's going on with that. And shout out to my baby girl for hooking up the Den. Dubois has his number soon as the bell rung. Absolutely don't mess with Texas. Peace. Yeah, and that Dubois Usyk rematch, Aisha, I'm with that too. I'm rooting for Usyk again against Fury. I hope he go out there and beat him again. And then we can get a Dubois Usyk rematch. I think he deserves it. And I think it could be a different outcome this trip. He fighting with a different hunger, a different confidence, and you could feel that, a different energy. He got a different aura and vibe going on right now. He's rebuilt himself very well from taking them losses, especially since losing to Usyk. All he did was win 3 straight big wins, and the wins got bigger, and bigger. Undefeated. Although Joshua wasn't undefeated, that win is still better than the previous 2 wins over undefeated guys. So shout out to Daniel Dubois, man. He killing it. And I want to see him get back over Usyk. I'm not rooting against Usyk, but a rematch I hope is in the cards and we can see it. You know what I mean? So with that, we going to get up out of there. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Shout out to everybody in the super chat. I appreciate all the support. We're going to keep building. First being that Ukrainians, Bakoli. Don't see anyone else at heavyweight. Yeah, Bakoli's a damn tree, ain't he? But shout out. Much love to everybody, man. We're going to keep building now. Y'all enjoy the rest of this good Thursday, and I will see y'all tomorrow on Good Friday to build on some more boxing. You know, so with that, we're going to get up out of here, y'all. Peace to the fans.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see him jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, his channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word him up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
We rolled the dice, man. We took a shot at success and we came up short. And probably you're asking, do I still want to continue fighting? Of course I want to continue fighting. We're going to live to fight another day.
Hey, it's your boy Gypsy King. Whew, I'm White Rabbit. It's heavyweight boxing, boys. It happened. You get knocked spark out. It could have been me, it could have been you, it could have been anybody. In the heavyweight division, it's what happens. Good right hand on the end of the chin, and that was it.
Chin in the air, no defense, kaboom. And there was a bit of a downhill slope from there. Just went my night tonight.
It's boxing. For me, it's surprise.
What's up, bro? Bless you, champ, my man. Before he got knocked out, he stood his ground and cracked him. All he does is that step back and bang, or step back and bang. When he stood his ground and threw it. Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury still has to have them. Coco. Oh, yes. That's amazing. Let's go.
Crazy, man. Look.
I think Joshua, got overconfident. He hurt him with a shot and went for the kill, but he forgot about his defense. The boy was the better man.
I agree with him.
He took some big shots tonight. Listen, man, Father Time is not our friend at all. You should absolutely positively retire. That's why John Jones is the best ever. And when I say ever, I mean in any combat sport. Good night, everybody.
Call me Kendrick Lamar.
It's mad.
100% he can. He did come back in the round that he got the smack. All he does is that step back and bang, or step back and bang.
You know deep down I'm a shit boxer, innit? Deep down I'm a shit. I still ain't got a Scooby-Doo. That's been blagging it the whole.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am